Hanaki, did you know that our souls are connected by fate? What do you know? I'm Yuno Hanaki, the one and only Oiran from Ialuna. Yeah, right? Right? Doesn't it sound so good? Once again, shout out to Miori for magically knowing which buttons needed to be adjusted for to make this work for me. Sorry, I don't know why I got hoarse for a second. But yeah, it sounds really good, doesn't it? Nothing actually changed about my setup. It was just a lot of filters. The difference between stream start and the voice. Yeah, I do have to adjust like volumes overall, probably. Wait, who? Miori! Had a little consultation with her. All she did was give me pointers for the filters. Thumbs up. Unonium beamed directly into my brain. I should hope so. But yeah, it was all about placement and a ton of filters. There's like a lot of filters on my voice right now, but if it works, it works. So welcome in, welcome in. I'm probably going to have to adjust some like overall audio stuffs in the incoming days. But this means that I will sound crisp and clear, not just on stream, but she also gave me tips so that I'll sound clear on Discord too. So when you hear me in collabs, I will also be very crispy. How long was the consultation? Only 30 minutes. It took her 30 minutes to figure out how to make me sound like this. Though I still have to send her my VODs so that she can make sure that it sounds right. So there's a chance that I might have to do like a bonus one in case these filters are incorrect, but But now I am crispy. I am podcast quality. You seriously sound like you're a radio jockey? Yeah, the goal was to make it sound like I'm hosting a podcast, so I'm very HD. I'm very crisp. And now I'm also really close to my microphone, so if you're noticing issues with my tracking, it's because I haven't figured out where I'm going to put my phone for tracking yet. With my microphone now like in my face, it's blocking my phone from being able to see me. And it's causing the tracking to be really bad. Like anytime I look slightly to the right, my tracking will just get lost. So I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put my phone now in order to be able to maintain this. Because like technically I could push it back to where it was, but it would reduce the max quality, and then also I will look like this the entire time. So I'm still figuring that out. I haven't troubleshooted to figure out where this needs to go yet. Phone Doko. Yeah, all I can see is my mic. So it's like, what? And then if I put if I like put it to the side, or if I like do this, then it like looks like I'm always looking in a different direction, which is a bit bad for my tracking too. We'll figure it out though. I'm hoping in the next little bit to get like a monitor riser or something, because I think half my problem is just that my monitors do not have like a shelf. And I'm hoping I can also use that little shelf to put my phone up so that it's easier for it to see my face versus looking at the mic and being like, where'd she go? So we're going to work on that. I'm going to need to get some risers. Time to use some books. No, not the books. We won't do that. But anyways, I'll figure it out. It's on me for not really like thinking about it more before coming into this. So it be how it do, but it's okay. I'll take crispy Buno over well-tracked Buno. No, see, we have to find a balance where I can do both. I would rather us have both rather than one or the other. I mean, I guess in that case I could just switch to being a PNG, but nah, not today anyway. Duct tape phone to mic. It will not work like that. I guess if I got like a selfie stick maybe, and it had like a clamp I could attach to the mic, but that would be a very strange setup. Very strange. Anyway, we'll figure it out. But for today, it's going to be a little bit wonky. I apologize. Anyway, so we are going to be diving today back into Saintess of the Golden Bow. I posted about this on my sub account, but long story short, because we played through it all in one session, the last time we played, we didn't have a save file. And so I didn't have anything to load, and therefore we just have to start from the beginning. I did start the game like on my own time. Oh my god, hold on. My phone's on top of my mouse. There we go. I did start like my own playthrough because I was trying to get us to where we were before, and there ended up being a choice that was not there in the previous version of the game. So I was like, what do I do? Because I don't want to make the choice without a chat here to offer their opinions, because that's not like, this is our experience. It shouldn't be just me. So I was like, frick. So I saved in hopes that like we could just make that choice and then continue from that spot. But this is like right before the banquet, and from what I saw, the banquet was like during the last like 30 minutes of the original playthrough. So we'd have to play like the last 30 minutes and then the additional content, which the devs have told me they added 90 minutes of content. So it would make it like a 2-hour-ish stream. If you want to start from the beginning, it'll probably be a longer stream. And like we'll still kind of go through it relatively quickly because I remember what we chose, but I would have done 2 saves, the save for the new split and the save where we left off. Well, if we saved where we left off, I would have still had to make this choice, which is a choice we've never made before. So yes, I could have saved at the choice, but then I would have had to make a separate save with the choice I made, and I don't know how we would have done that. In order to make this simpler, I say we speedrun the previous content and choose the newer previous options. Yeah, I mean, we can do it like that. That's kind of what I assumed we should do anyway, because I think it's better to showcase the like new and updated stuff. You can also see that the UI is updated. It looks like different from how it looked the first time we played. So it'll work out. I know it will. It's just a matter of getting us there. That way we get to the good content. Yeah, I think we'll be able to get there in good time. All right. So we'll just start from the beginning. It's still a big deal. I'm not gonna like read through all of it because a lot of it is like stuff we've seen before, but we'll click through. I'll kind of give you a summary as we go. And then we'll like point out like, oh, that art's different, or oh, that looks a little different from before, yada yada. Because otherwise we will truly be here for like too long. And if I want to get to Onimon tonight, I'd like to also have time to eat dinner. So we have like a window of dedicated time to get this done in, and I want to make sure that it's doable, basically. But we'll figure it out. We got it. We got it. We're so good. The Otome speed run, because like the sad thing is I can't skip due to the fact that I don't have a save. So I can't skip text that we've already read. We live in a society. Okay. Without further ado, let's let's just go ahead and start it. And they have a little notice here too, so that you are aware for the voice acting. But other than the first 2 scenes, the game is partially voiced during CGs only. So I will be doing the voice acting for parts that don't have a CG. Once a CG appears, the voice actors come in and start doing all the dialogue. I still have to do the narration, though. I wonder if there's a golden bow in this game. Boy, I sure hope so. That's a new request for the devs. Skip a button. No, they do have a skip a button, but you can only use it if you have a save file where you've read the text. Because we don't have a save, I can't skip still. And also, if you're playing an Otome game, it's not really expected that you're going to be skipping unless you've already beaten it. So probably wouldn't be smart to skip when you're like starting brand new. So I get it. But yeah, see the skip buttons here. I could skip technically, but it's like going to skip a lot of text. But long story short, she got isekai'd. This is about a office worker who was going through it basically in her real life. No love, no friends, no real connection to family. And then she gets, I think, hit by a truck. She gets hit by good old truck-kun, and it isekais her into one of her favorite BL novels, Saint of the Golden Bow. Actually, let me see if I can change the speed of the skip. Well, that's auto speed. Text speed. I don't think I can change the speed. Because it went quite fast. I don't know if I want to keep skipping like that. I think I will probably just beep, 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 beep. What a cruel world where hot OLs get no love. I know, right? Change the font. You know, audio sounds crisp. Yeah, thank you. We should be thanking Miodi for this for sure. She did wonders for my audio setup, and I'm very grateful. But yeah, so she gets isekai'd. She awakens as this character, Celeste, I believe is her name. Can you yell into the mic to prove no peeking? Okay. Shut up! There you go. No peeking. Smile. Hell yeah. It's a good mic settings. I missed it again, please. Shut up! Better? Yeah, I can blow your ears off freely. This is actually part of the testing. Miori had me yell something into the microphone to make sure that the settings that we chose would make it so I would never peak again. So now I can yell, I can get crazy, and it won't peak. You're welcome. I mean, it's still gonna be in the red, but it's like way better than it was before. Our roommate Yuno tells us to shut up. Very true. POV. Okay, but yes. Oh, now this part's voiced. That's cool. But yeah, she gets reincarnated. She gets found by the main character of the original BL novel, Mr. Levi. Yeah. We don't hear the game? Why do you not hear the game? No game audio? What the frick? Hold on. Why can't you hear it? Oh, did my cables get fricked? 1 second. Game should get a consultation too, apparently. Hold on. I have to do some finagling. Looks like my cables got a little bit funky. Cable. Huh? Uh-oh. Will this work? It looks like it's coming through. Can you hear the music? Okay. Well, I am still going to have to go through and fix all my audio settings. Because that shouldn't be happening that way. That'll be a problem for me on my break. Because I will need to get that fixed. I have, like, different audio channels and, like, virtual cables to, like, feed everything through. And it looks like they got a little bit fricked when I had to install the new programs for my for my recordings. I guess it's a good thing I didn't stream yesterday because I was both still sick, and also if that happened and there was no audio, I probably would have just rage quit, to be honest with you. So yeah, it'd be like that. Thank you for telling me though, because that's important. We need to be able to hear the voice acting. Yippee! But yeah, I will be hanging out with my bestie and being like, please help. Please help. What happened to my audio? Okay. But yeah, so she runs into Levi.
Please, come out.
There's his voice acting. Actually, while I'm here, I think I turned the audio down for me when I was playing on my own to get us caught up. So I'll make it a little bit louder. This should be okay. But yeah, she gets reincarnated into her favorite BL novel as a character who is supposed to die within the first, like, chapter or two. And then basically TLDR, that does not happen. There's your imp guy. And because she's here, what ends up happening is she will end up becoming the Saintess. Spoilers. Instead of Levi. And all of the characters are basically going to be attracted to her instead of, like, to each other. She doesn't know that yet. I don't know if she ever really will until, like, way later, but basically all the characters are going to be revealed to not be necessarily just gay, they're just bi, and they're all going to get attracted to her because she's going to become the new like protagonist. I don't think I knew it was a BL novel in the first place. It is indeed a BL. I think you came in later in the stream, so it might be why you didn't know at the time. Screech. I refuse to give up. We chose to shoot the demon with the bow last time, so we will shoot it again. She shoots it, manages to fell it. Guy appears, so cool. Then we get the CG of him carrying her. So sick, so epic. Missed critical information, clearly, yeah, but it's okay. But yeah, this is originally a BL story. Levi is supposed to fail protecting her, so she dies. This makes him sad, and that was supposed to be like his down in the dumps moment right before he becomes the new saint. And then the other characters that we meet are people that were supposed to be attracted to Levi, but instead they're going to become attracted to her. So cool.
But it's...
They're still really cute.
No buts. Let me do my job for once.
So he carries her off back to her place. This is all just kind of like the setup. We meet some of the other characters. This is her twin sister, Eurydice. They are very cute. I'm fine, I've been through worse. Because the other option was to say Levi was with me, but since we chose to have Celeste shoot the bow, what is the point in pointing out Levi's appearance when he didn't do anything? Eurydice, shut up! It's Eurydice! Her loving father's gonna come in soon? Yeah, her loving, perfect dad who has no problems ever. See? That's just the look of a very nice man. Ignore the fact that it says it's a stern look. It's just a very nice man. But yeah, you find out that Celeste as a character, because when Celine reincarnates as Celeste, she gets access to all of Celeste's memories, which is not usually common in a lot of these isekai stories. A lot of times people are just kind of left SOL. But for Celeste, she does get access to Celine's memories, and so she can look through and see Celine's like opinion of her father and all the exchanges they had before, and that's how she finds out that Celine was basically that's how she finds out that Celeste was being basically abused by her dad and like treated like crap in comparison to Eurydice. Because Celeste is too much of a tomboy compared to her sister. They do not have the best relationship. Your ATC is at an ACTC cover band. Why do you guys hate me so bad? But yeah, they're gonna be 18 soon. When they come of age, it will be time to touch Beau. And the Beau will determine who's going to be the new saint or saintess if it's a girl. But like, nobody's really expecting anything, so they just call it the saint. She goes Eepy. This is where she decides to take notes of all the things that she knows. So she like already has written down that Saint of the Golden Bow is like a love story that was supposed to become a webcomic. And like she saw a teaser image. That's how she recognized Levi was Levi. Does Levi become the villain in this world line? That would have been sick. But like, as far as I know, I don't think so. Hold on, let me turn up the game for you guys. I think the PC audio is a little low. Like, here is good. Wonder who the saint could be, total mystery. But yeah, when we did this originally, you guys had me pick what BL is. So she takes note of what BL is. And she calls herself a simp. And then when I had to read that line out loud, you guys made fun of me because you're just like, that's just Yuno's inner thoughts. Your voice is so different. Thank you. Very crispy. Okay, web novel. She explains what web novels are. Then web comics. We've gone through all this too. I've been isekai'd, haven't I? Instead, I'm what is referred to as an extra. And then she's got the basics, so it's all good. Game Reflex streamer. Man standing. You guys are all so mean to me. Yeah, I'm no longer crunchy. I did have crunchy audio at times, but now I'm crispy. Look, new art! This wasn't a CG before, if I remember correctly. So now she gets to like examine herself and see that she is not herself. She is now Celeste. It is what it is. I'm Celeste and I have her memories, but somehow I'm Celine as well, equipped with knowledge of this world that Celeste never had. That's the cool thing. Like, some Otome Isekai do this, but like usually, when you get reincarnated, you can remember the routes, but you don't really have like the character's memories. But she actually has this character's memories too. You don't have to point out that my tone is nasally. I'm actually insecure about it. I was like born with the nerdiest voice on the planet. Celestine, honestly, they should have just made that be the combined name. That would have been very cute. But yeah, she talks about how she wants to fight for a better fate. She doesn't want to die. Explains how in the story, Levi becomes the saint after her death. Goes on a journey with Noah and the priest character, Elijah. Yeah. It's hard out here with no nose. Yeah, that's why I'm nasally, because I got no nose. I'm Squidwardified. Okay. Right, at the end, she's spoiling the ending of Saint of the Golden Bow. But even though Levi manages to fall in love with Noah, at the end, he has to commit like a great sacrifice. And Levi dies at the end of Saint of the Golden Bow. So even though they were in love, they couldn't be together. And it left Noah and Elijah to kind of like carry the torch. They did, those two I don't think fell in love, but yeah. It be how it do. Celeste was the only one for him. Only one for Levi. At least back then. What a sad relationship. Oof. Hopefully she won't get fridged this time. Well, that's her goal. She's trying to not get fridged. I really want my ship to sail. The way she talks, I'm just like, girl, you're too real. I mean, I've never said ship to sail since I've gotten older, but boy, was that a phrase that was frequently in my vocabulary. Levi was clearly at least bisexual, judging from his response to the romantic candidate Celeste presented to him, but that fact didn't matter if he was unwilling to consider any other lovers. Real. Maybe he would still change his mind if he met Noah. Maybe it would be a greater love when established at first sight. If Levi and Noah don't fall in love at the end of the quest, will Levi still be able to defeat the Demon Queen? Ha ha ha. I mean, we'll find out. Poor girl does not know. I commented on how wild it would be if Celeste got isekai'd into Celine's world. Yeah, we were talking about how it would be like reincarnated as an office worker. I was once a noblewoman and now I am an office worker. I find it interesting that she doesn't even consider that she could be his lover. It's because, like, when she goes through her memories as Celeste, she sees that, like, Celeste didn't really have, like, any specific romantic feeling towards Levi. They just kind of had this, like, awkward relationship where Levi was, like, fawning all over her and she was kind of trying to, like, keep her distance. So it doesn't even occur to her. Like, she's just like, well, I'm in the novel now, so clearly the canon is going to be that the BL stuff is going to happen. Even though she has that realization that he's clearly bisexual, it's just like, well, he may be bisexual, but that doesn't mean he's gonna like me, or that he shouldn't keep liking me. Her Fujo levels are lacking. She needs to just expand her brain. But yeah, so this is where we meet Elijah. This is the priest. If only I was one of those two options. Bow-sexual. Here's your favorite bow. This is what the bow looks like. Let's see.
On this beautiful morning, when the sun's rays fall through the windows of our chapel, let us give our gratitude to the Lord.
To the Lord. That bow is pretty, but super impractical. That's what everyone said before. The bow changed a bit, still very funny. Amen. That's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. Stop.
That has been raging for so many decades.
Let us give our gratitude.
This is what you're supposed to say. Let us give our gratitude.
Let us give our gratitude.
Let us give our gratitude.
Homegirl does not care. I still love how passively she's just like, yeah, let us give our gratitude. Frigging whatever.
20 years ago, the blessed blacksmith was bestowed
The
with
blessed
the Lord's inspiration
blacksmith.
and crafted the golden bow. He worked tirelessly day and night until finally he completed the artifact.
The BB. Let us give our Buno-tude. What does that even mean?
Ever since then,
Size of
the
cringe.
people of the Lokari Empire have sought to be tested on the day of their 18th birthday by the golden bow. The artifact will choose its wielder.
Why did a blacksmith make a bow? Because it's a weapon and it's made of metals versus made out of wood. Your voice seems more deep today. Well, get used to it. This is how my voice is going to sound from now on, because my audio has been fixed up to sound crisp and clear, like I'm running a podcast. This is how my voice normally sounds. The way my microphone was set up before was probably not highlighting the depth of my voice. but now it does. Yippee!
That person will become the saint and be tasked with defeating the Demon Queen, who has terrorized our borders for 23 years.
You know, covering true crime win. Get ready with me while I tell you the story of the Creekside Killer. Sounds even more nerdy. That's a good thing. Shut up. Can we have a women? Okay. Women! There you go. A good fellas? Okay. Fellas, have you ever questioned the shape of your golden bow? You don't have to worry about it anymore with Manscaped. No. Anyways.
I will now call forth today's attendees to be tested.
Yeah. Get tested. Everybody should get tested. That was masterful. Thanks. I do my best. Okay. So yeah, Eurydice, nothing happens. And then she gets called, and very funnily, it glows and it gets attached to her. And then she passes out, basically. Because the bow, like, burns her. Goodbye, girl. Keep that golden bow lustrous with Manscaped. Yeah, exactly. You get it. Fellas, does your bow glow for the right person? Oh, no. Fellas, does it burn when your bow gets touched by your destined partner? If so, please see a doctor. Alright, anyways. If so, get tested. Make sure that the golden bow is only being handled by the chosen one. Yeah, okay, so they're like arguing about how she's now the Saintess. She's like gonna be asked to go speak to the queen. I have to get through all this stuff first. She's like, at this point, she's just like really emo because she doesn't understand why she's the main character. She's like, what? This is so weird. The priest is gonna come check on her. But while she's with Eurydice, she decides to ask some questions about the world. We just went through all of these before, but she basically explains, like, you're, like, slightly higher than the church. But you're basically, like, a high-class noble person, because you're still below the royal family. But it's, like, royal family, Saintess of the Golden Bow, the church, and then, like, the normal, like, nobles. Why are we skipping through the story? Did you forget to save it? It's not that I didn't save, it's just that I finished it when we played the first time. And I didn't have a save accessible to get to the new content. So that's kind of what happened. Did that to myself, basically. And it didn't let me, like, skip just the, like, stuff that we've read before because I don't have a save file. So, is as it does. I don't have, like, a save. But we didn't necessarily want to go through the entirety of the game again, so I'm just kind of summarizing it as we go, just to give you, like, a quick idea of the plot. There's the new choice is coming up in this scene-ish. And then it'll transition to... Oh, wait, no, not actually. It's a bit later. The new choice is a bit later, I think. But, like, long story short, I'm just kind of summarizing it until we get to the, like, newer stuff. And then we'll be able to look at the newer stuff. Because I don't want to make you guys go through the same thing, like, over and over again completely. It's more just, we're going to enjoy the game and the new stuff once we get there. The new content is like an alternate path. No, it's stuff that happens after the cliffhanger from the last time. They added like 90 minutes of content. It's not an alternate route. So that's why I'm making all the same choices that we did before to get to where we were. "90 minutes is a decent chunk." Yeah, that's why I want us to get there. I don't want to go through it all again, because that would mean it would take a lot of time, for one, and I have another stream in the evening for Onimon, and secondly, it's all stuff that we've played through before, and I don't want to, like, make you guys see too much stuff that we've already seen. We get this cute moment with Elijah where he ends up being surprisingly pretty flirty for a priest. Asked for consent before touching her? Wow. Love that. She complains about her hormones because she's like flustered that this pretty man is going to be touching her. And then they bump foreheads, which is one of my favorite tropes. Man, I love like tender little forehead bump moments like this. It's so cute.
Light magic does have a good feel, doesn't it?
Is he flirting with me? And he's just like, ah ha ha ha. Of course you like bumping foreheads. You got a lot of area to bump. Why are you mean to me? It's not because of the actual act of the forehead touch. It's everything around it. It's that atmosphere that's good. That's the part that I like. What the frick? Anyway. So yeah, now it's confirmed that she's the Saintess. They're going to take her to see the queen soon. Linda, her very cute maid, comes in to help get her dressed and ready to go meet the queen. Puno's horns act as a tuning fork. Stop. Didn't realize it had been a whole month since you played it last. I know, it feels like it was longer, actually. But yeah, it's been a month. This is her, like, being emo about dad again and being, like, a piece of crap. Talking about how Levi had to kind of just sit and watch Celeste suffer at the hands of her father because he wasn't allowed to interfere. And how she's having a hard time being chill when it comes to dealing with this man. I know for sure Elijah is into men. Oh, I see. Elijah was checking both of them out. I think that's new. I don't think that happened the last time, Slay. I mean, considering I'm probably going to choose to date Noah, I think it's good that Elijah's checking Levi out. Those two can hook up. Love that for them. I'm after the prince. Everybody stand back. There's our very normal, nice empress. Puno wants to climb that ladder. The social ladder. The social ladder, right? That's what you're talking about? The social ladder? If so, yes. So they, like, are talking about the expectations of the Saintess here. And they're, like, talking about, yeah, the Emperor actually ends up saying this, like, mean stuff. So, like, even though she's dressed in finery, is she really a noble? And everybody's just like, what the frick? But they're, like, being super mean. Because Celeste has always had a questionable reputation. So cool. So they're basically putting her on the spot. Makes her feel bad. And then this is where the guy comes in. Our mixed race prince, Mr. Noah. The one who initially becomes Levi's, like, canon love interest. He's so handsome. Well, excuse me for being the chosen one. I know, right? Anyway, I remember when he first spoke, you guys were, like, so annoyed by him.
Knock, knock. Did I miss anything?
Do you still feel that same amount of wanting to punch him? Yes. You're allowed to be honest. It's fine.
Fashionably late as always, my son.
One line would punch. Incredible.
If I missed nothing, there was nothing to miss.
This guy.
This is the Saintess, right? Count Aquarius's tomboy daughter.
Count Aquarius's tomboy daughter. He said it right this time. Because I remember when he said this name initially, we were all like, how did he pronounce it? Because we hadn't heard it pronounced yet. We were like, who? Count? Maybe they had him retake the line, because now it actually sounds like he's saying Aquarius. Thank God. That knock knock was too obnoxious. That's why I love him. He's so funny.
Yes, that's me.
You're good at archery, are you not? Better than you are at etiquette, at the very least.
Oh, but he still does not say etiquette, right? Etiquette. Come on, if you're gonna have him record the line for pronouncing the name, you should have him learn how to pronounce etiquette. It's okay.
Yes, I'm quite good with the bow.
Quite. Then you'll be perfect for the role of the Saintess.
Perfect.
How can you say that? If a lacking individual takes up such a high role in the hierarchy of the Empire...
He needs to etiquette. True.
All the Saintess needs to do is shoot the golden bow and hit the Demon Queen straight in the heart. Then the war will finally be over. Is that not what you want, Mother?
I want peace more than anything else.
I remember saying he was about to break into a song number. It's interesting, like, the delivery kind of changes a lot. When he's being more playful, it's that sing-songy, like, teasing tone. But sometimes when he gets a little bit more serious, it's, like, way deeper and gruffer. I mean, when voice actors mispronounce words. I mean, again, I don't necessarily hold it against him. I just think it's kind of funny that he says etiquette. That has to be like a dialect or something, right? Because most people say etiquette, but it must be like a dialect thing. I can't think of any other reason. Okay, so now they're just chatting normally. He says he's going to lead the quest, and then she gives them like a month deadline, which makes them both panic because that is not nearly enough time to train a noblewoman in combat. Like 4 weeks is not a lot of time at all. So they're both like freaking out. And then she's like, well, you said you're good with a bow, so clearly you don't need that much time, right? It'll be easy. They're like really trying to just send them off to perish. And so they are going to be forced to go in like a month. And, you know, she's the Empress. She can make decisions. Elijah says that he wants to go with them. Gets permission, and there's going to be a ball that will be organized to celebrate that the Saintess has been chosen. Basically, okay, it's around here where the new choice comes in. So, I I will give you guys the setup. Shouldn't have picked Hanzo. I guess that's what she gets. Imagine being a Hanzo man. Anyway. So she's like taking a second, writing down everything. So she's thinking about how maybe she should ask what Levi thinks about the other love interests, like specifically about Elijah and Noah. So like Levi must have thoughts about the other boys, right? So then she has this thought that she doesn't feel Celeste as like a soul in her body. She just has her memories. So that does mean that the original Celeste is like dead. And I think this was where we started having our theory that she just got isekai'd in Celine's body. But like she doesn't feel the actual Celeste's presence. She just has her memories there. Has a month to train. So she's still going over all of it. Firing an arrow from the golden bow. And then the other thing that she needs is finding love. How is that possible? I have no idea. Yeah, story things. I'll have to break up the couple that I shipped. It's a sad situation, but my survival is on the line. Girl, I feel you. Unless I go for Elijah, but he can't have a relationship with anybody outside of the church, which is another complication. First, I would need to determine if Elijah and Noah are even interested in women. If they're not, any relationship with me would be impossible. As for me, I can't imagine falling in love with someone in 2 months. Love is such a difficult topic for me. I don't trust or fall in love easily. Time for my OTP. My self-insert ship. Every Fujoshi's worst nightmare is becoming a Yume Joshi. Be brave, go for Elijah. I mean, hey, if you want your OTP to stay together, you might as well go for the one that's not in the OTP. So now she's thinking about how everybody's like a real person. It's not like a story with a script anymore, especially because it's deviated so much from the world that she knew. Overall, worrying about dying. I'm the master of my own destiny. If I have to fall in love with someone, who should it be? Levi, who blindly adores his lady? Noah, who has been burdened with leading the mission to defeat the Demon Queen? Elijah, who is a priest and can't marry someone unless they're part of the church? Or should I pick someone else entirely? Our secret fourth route, who we do meet in the next scene, but we don't know who it is yet, technically. And I also don't think he's unlockable just yet. You would have to support the Kickstarter, I believe, in order to get the fourth route unlocked. Or it also might be one of those routes that you can't get unless you play one of the other routes first. But there's only 4 love interests, so he would definitely be considered more of like a secret route than a true route, I would feel. Also, speaking of, I have special links in the description. Quick promotion. I have special links in the description that you guys can click to check out the game on Steam and on the Kickstarter. Use those links specifically if you'd like to check the game out, because it's tied back to me. So we want to generate good clicks so that I can get more sponsorship opportunities. Thumbs up. Please. But they're in the description of the video. I can also paste them into chat a little later. I might do that near the end, but just letting you know. Okay. Back to it. But yeah, the fourth guy is the secret route that we're not supposed to know about yet. And then she's like, oh, but they're all so handsome. And she's having like a crisis about her previous relationships and how bad she was at dating. Should I ask Levi what he thinks about Elijah and Noah? And this was the choice that I got to, and I was like, oh frick, we didn't have to make a choice before. So basically, as I summarized, she's trying to determine if maybe asking Levi's opinion on the guys would be able to sway her for which one she should choose. But like, she's also kind of acknowledging that because she's still around, Levi is more focused on her. And she doesn't know enough about the other two to really make a judgment about if they're interested in Levi or if they're even interested in women or have the potential to be interested in women. So our options are to either say that we're not close enough so we won't ask him, or trying to ask him and see what his thoughts are on the other love interests. Ask him? Because I'm not sure either. Like, I feel like as a character, Celeste would probably choose to not, or I guess Celine. I think Celine would choose to not ask because she's still trying to get used to these dynamics that she has with all the characters. I don't know if she'd want to ask, but I don't know. That makes more sense, but I like shaking things up. Communication's very important. That's true. I mean, I don't mind asking. I do have a save file with this choice. If we end up choosing something that's like mega bad. Although I think since this is a demo, I can't really foresee it having like a full bad ending that like makes you just lose. Third choice, kiss him? No. Are you into the knight character? I love that for you. I guess... Let's just make things clear. I do agree that communication is important. It's best I make things clear between us. I need to talk to Levi about Noah and Elijah. I open the door to my room and look outside. Levi is standing there guarding the door. He looks at me with a gentle smile and gives me a small nod. Levi, could you step into my room for a moment? I want to talk to you. Of course. I take a step to the side, letting Levi enter the room. My heart is beating quickly, and I clench my hand on my dress. Levi seems to notice my unease, his expression turning into one of concern. Celeste. I push my fear aside and decide to just outright ask him. Say, Levi, what do you think about Prince Noah? The Mad Prince? Yeah, that's what everyone calls him, right? He's known to always antagonize the Empress with his words and attitude, but he's never done anything that could be considered a crime against the crown. The Empress delegated part of the responsibilities for maintaining the order in the palace to Prince Noah, as per the Lokari Empire laws on succession. He needs to learn how to manage the Empire as the heir. And from what I have heard, he's doing a good job and is very dedicated to his work. So, despite the fact that he's not very diplomatic with his words, I think he'll make a good emperor in the future. I see. That wasn't what I was asking, though. I wanted to know what you think about Noah personally. Wait, is the society matriarchal? Yes. The Empress is the one in control. The Emperor is like the second one. I don't want to say the submissive one because that's making an implication that I don't want to necessarily make. But he's like the lesser one. He has less power than the Empress. Why not? Because I don't know what goes on in their bedroom and I don't care to ask. I'd rather not know, to be honest with you. But yes, it's a matriarchal society. No, it's just power, though. Whatever, man. Ahem. Are you sure I'm allowed to voice my opinion on the future emperor? I look around and gesture to the room. It's just you and I here. I suppose that's right. I'm not going to tell on you. Yes, I know that. Well, I think Noah is too brash in the way he speaks. I really didn't like his attitude towards you during the audience. That's still not what I wanted to know. Do you think Noah is attractive? Many people do. He's had a few past relationships here and there, though he avoids casual flings. And that still doesn't answer my question. Yeah, I think Prince Noah is attractive. And now that you hold the position of the Saintess, he would make a great match for you. Does Noah like women? He's had 2 female and 2 male partners in the past. Bingo. I just got all the information I needed about Noah from Levi. I suppose you becoming the future Empress wouldn't be bad for you. Levi has a pained expression on his face. Imagining me with Noah must be difficult for him. What about High Priest Elijah? What about him? Do you also find him attractive? You're not trying to set me up with someone again, are you? Oops, I got Levi angry. From Celeste's memories, I know they've had conversations similar to this one in the past. I don't know what the right answer to his question is. There is none. If I say I'm asking for myself, he'll be sad that I'm looking at guys other than him. If I refuse to answer, he'll continue thinking that I'm trying to pair him with one of the guys. That's not why I was asking. I just wanted to know your opinion. I'm not buying it. Why the High Priest and Prince Noah out of all people? They're of such different standing than I am anyway. I couldn't possibly be in a relationship with either of them. A difference in social standing hadn't stopped Levi from falling in love with Celeste. Or from falling in love with Noah in the book, for that matter. Though I did remember him being hung up on status differences in the novel as well. Yes, both are attractive guys. I could see myself being with either of them if our situations were different, but He gives me another pained look. He's in love with me, is what he's trying to say, but he can't allow himself to tell me the truth. At least Levi gave me the information about Noah that I wanted to know. I don't want the conversation between Levi and me to get any more difficult, so I suppose I'll end things here. Stop hurting my guy. That's true, this poor dude. He is in so much pain. That's a bit of a callous thought. I mean, it be how it is. Thanks for talking to me about this, Levi. I'd like to be alone now. Levi gives me a look, as if I'm throwing him out after dealing him a blow. In a way, I am, and it pains me to do so. But I don't know how to salvage this conversation. Have a good rest. Levi exits the room, closing the door behind him gently. That's for talking. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was meant to be thanks, but, typos. I knew we should not have asked. Bro is sad. I lie down in bed and hide my face against a pillow. I'm so stressed by everything that I'm not even surprised when tears stream down my cheeks, soaking the bedding. I didn't want to hurt Levi, but I didn't know how else to obtain the information I needed so I could decide what to do to save everyone. For the first time since reincarnating, I give in to all the emotions that have built up inside of me. I'm just one young girl. How can I carry so many heavy burdens? I'm just a girl. No one understands me. Eventually, I cry myself to sleep. I toss and turn all night, though, unable to get any real rest until nearly dawn. Okay, I don't know if that changes what we experience during the ball, or like the banquet thing. So I'm gonna we're gonna kind of scroll through it. That was new content? Yes, that was new. That whole choice was not present the first time we played. She just got emo and cried. But now there is a whole choice where you could have another interaction with Levi. So cool. We're winning. So I'm gonna kind of skip through some of this. There's Purple Girl. The one that you guys say is me. When I was watching this back so that I could make sure I was getting all the choices, there was a part where I was like, oh no, I'm the villainess. And you guys were making fun of me for being excited about it. Saintess of the Golden Room. Saintess of the Golden Dress. Because holy moly, that green and yellow combo does not work with her hair. Angie Yuno. Offended Yuno. But no, that's Propelope. Because she's Propel. This part's all the same. Paper salad.
You've become the Saintess, Lady D'Aquarius.
There's our... I'm guessing this must be the fourth love interest that we could get. The Duke.
Yes, despite my surprise, the Golden Bow has chosen me.
Well, now that you carry such an important role, do you plan to improve your knowledge of etiquette?
No. No, I don't. I don't care for etiquette if it means I have to eat a paper salad. He said it wrong.
You have no idea what you're doing wrong, do you?
I don't.
Give us a burger. No, proceeds to eat with hands. Man, that would be the best possible option. Let's etiquette this etiquette lesson. Who's the man with the mink? I had to take a call. This is Duke George. Our probably secret / fourth love interest. I don't think we can date him just yet, but I'm pretty sure this guy is intended to be the other love interest option. But he's a duke.
May I?
He's currently teaching her how to use a fork to make us to eat a salad. He seems curious. Curious George. Shut the hell up. God. What if Angie Woman is the love interest? I'm afraid we would have to go for the woman is the problem. Boy, do I love women. Duke, that means he has money. Okay, but the Crown Prince also has money. I think all of them have money besides Levi, because Levi is the guard. The question is if he is by Curious George. Me when? This is the woke version of Curious George they didn't want you to know about. No, that's killing me. Anyway. No, he's probably a little bi-curious George. I wouldn't be surprised. But right now he's expressing interest in a lady. As he should. Look at her, she's cute.
Oh, come on, George. You're spoiling the fun.
There's Penelope being evil. Yeah, she was playing you, girl. And then we have our scheduled mental breakdown at the banquet. So she's, getting upset about that. This is where she leaves. Okay, so nothing about this is really that different. Okay. But yeah, nothing about that was different from the original demo, because I like watched through all of this as well. Scheduled mental breakdowns are kind of nice. I mean, it was scheduled because the dev was in chat at the time and was telling us that the breakdown was going to happen during this part, and I was just like, ah yes, it's cry o'clock. So she's running off to go sob. This poor girl. She's really going through it. And then one of my favorite scenes, and I will go crazy the same amount seeing it again. Yippee! Yahoo! Woohoo! Yippee! Yeah! Boy, do I love Killing Intent. Smile. 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 Why does he draw on her? One could argue it was because he was training, but it's also because he's trying to interrogate her and like wants to keep her there, I guess. I don't know. Killing Intent, write that down. Yuno loves swords in her face. I mean, not in my face. As you can see, he is resting it on her shoulder. So it's not in her face. Don't word it like that. He is a polite gentleman. We established that he doesn't do casual flings. If he goes into a relationship, it's a relationship. If she dies, they don't have to go on a campaign, which is pretty much a setup to get them both killed. Yeah, exactly. That is actually the canon reason. You nailed it. Because he doesn't want to go on that trip. His sword-holding stance is weird, too. It shouldn't be held with palm facing up. Rookie mistake. You really think she's gonna catch that? She barely knows how to wield a bow. She's not gonna be able to comment on his sword stance. Anyway, woohoo! Yippee! I'm in the moon!
I wish I could just kill you and be done with it.
Yeah, he answered, see? Does he want to kill me? I wish I could just kill you. Can he read minds? Is that his other power? Crazy. I fangirled over it when I read the novel.
Why do you want me dead?
Because you're the reason I have to go on the mission to kill the Demon Queen. And so soon.
As we established, he doesn't want to leave. What if the hand position is subtle and showing he's not actually threatening but is doing an act? I mean, that could very well be the case. I do feel like this game has been relatively well researched, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was what was going on. So, like, I would agree with you. It could be intentional. Like, I'm sure he's not actually going to hurt her. That's why he starts this interaction with, I wish I could kill you. But he's not going to. You have a whole month to finish that new game release, but what if a game is coming out next month when he has to leave? He won't be able to find a place to charge his Nintendo Switch. You have to understand, being a prince is hard. I don't want to go outside. I don't want to fight. War sucks, dude.
If anybody less capable than you had been chosen as the Saintess, Mother wouldn't have told us to leave within a mere month.
Can you do Valley Grow Buno for a bit? But this stream is turning into having Yuno do random voices as a side piece to the main game. But sure. I'll just read this line in Valley Girl. Ahem. If anybody less capable than you had been chosen as the Saintess, Mother would have told us to leave. Wouldn't have told us to leave within a mere month. Oh my god. It's literally all your fault. Streamer, stop poking me. Thanks, Strem. Yeah, you're welcome.
I may not be as great at archery as you think.
That fact would change nothing at this point. Mother is now convinced you can defeat the Fiend. This is a suicide mission. None of us will come back from the quest.
It really be how it do. He's like, I know that we're about to go off on this death quest. Puntable's gonna be injected straight into our brains with this audio. Yes. Puntable's gonna sound crazy HD. All of her little gremlin noises. You guys are so screwed. It's so over.
How do you know we won't return?
Oh, they like foreshadowing.
20 people going deep into demon-ravaged lands to enter the Demon Queen's castle and kill her. What could possibly go wrong?
I still love his like awkward fake laugh. It's so good. For all the crap we give him, his voice actor's really good. HD key jingle possible? I mean, the audio for the key jingling is not going to be any different. I don't know if you get that. That part's not going to be very different. But anyway.
Can't you convince your mother to postpone the day we leave or to increase the amount of people we can bring with us?
I think that means you should get some physical keys. Again, that will not work the same. That will not work the way that you want it to. No, it's different. Whatever.
I've already tried. She doesn't want to listen. It's almost if she wants to set us up for failure.
Bop, bop, bop. Okay, so we know how this part goes. He's like, you're right, I can't give up. I'm sure you'll do great on the quest. Was the choice that we made. They choose to be like comrades in arms as they fight together. And now she has her actual breakdown. Chooses not to go back to the ball after that little encounter moment. And then Levi comes. This was where this is around where we got cliffhangered. So we're about to reach the new stuff. Finally. But we'll get through all this. He's like expressing worry because she didn't come back, sees that she was crying. I think we told him that we were crying, but that we feel better versus lying, because we are all about communication in this house. And then she like brings up to him that she's been overwhelmed, that it's been tough. Do. She wants to make sure that she can protect him because she feels bad that he's getting dragged into all this. Remembering when he first swore to be her knight. She has a lot of imposter syndrome because every time she thinks about this stuff, she always has to remind herself that it was Celeste and not her. And then she gives him the little cheek smooch, which made us go crazy. We were like, whoa, she smooched him.
Celeste?
Stun locked. Even though she doesn't want to lead him on. Yeah, but it's like a little thank you kiss. It's not meant to be romantic. Yeah, see, and she like immediately realizes that she probably shouldn't have done it. Might be sending him the wrong message.
I'm sorry. I just
Don't be sorry.
wanted to express my gratitude. You always do your very best to protect me. Thank you, Levi.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome, but it's my job to take care of you.
I know you're not doing it just because it's your job.
The realization that she might know something. All right, we're finally at the new stuff. We made it, gamers. We made it. We're in. And you should remind me to save as often as possible, probably, so we don't run into this problem again. Because I feel like we're interested enough that we can probably play the full game when it comes out, and I hope that the save can transfer. You know, save. So true. Thanks, man. So true. You're so real, so true. Remember the save. I just did, but thank you. But yeah, I should try to save often so that way I don't lose my place again and we have to go through it all like a 6th time. But okay, now I can lock in and we can fully read and experience it together. Yippee! But yeah, that's what you missed if you didn't watch the first time I played this. And now there's an extra 90 minutes of content available. Because this is being featured as part of Steam NEXTFEST, the demo is available for anybody to play. You can click the link in the description to go to Steam and get the demo for yourself. The full game will also be releasing later this year, I think? If I remember correctly? Unless it's already out. I don't think so, but I think this is just the extended demo. But anyway, thumbs up. Make sure you check it out. It's a good game. And the devs have been super kind to me. Yeah, hashtag ad, hashtag spawn. But I disclosed the fact that it's a sponsorship, so it's fine. Anyways. Ahem. The next day, I begin training with the Golden Bow on the palace training grounds. Much as I expected, due to its elaborate design, the bow proves difficult to use. I send arrow after arrow flying at targets, but I only hit once out of every 10 times. Not only are my bow skills rusty, but the weapon isn't cooperating either. Finally, too frustrated to continue, I give up. I'll try again tomorrow. I make my way to my room with Levi following behind me. This is a suicide mission. We're not going to come back to Solace alive. Please, Noah, don't say such things in public. What if someone hears you? At the end of the corridor, 2 people stand to the side talking. The one who said something about a suicide mission is Noah. After our conversation in the garden the other day, his words don't shock me. What does surprise me, though, is that he's openly talking about his feelings to someone else. Ooh, who's this pretty night lady? Hi. Hello? Hello? Night lady. I do love me a night lady. I do love me a night lady. She's gorgeous. Very pretty. Armored women, yeah, you get me. You get me. You understand the assignment. I hide behind a pillar and take a peek at the other person. The dark-skinned knight with her hair in buns must be Tarek, Noah's right hand and the leader of the palace guards. Tarek? Tariq? I'm not sure. Tariq? Maybe Tariq is better. She's wearing armor with the Lokari Empire royal insignia on her chest, characteristic of the guards. The leader of the mission should believe in the quest's success. You can't be heard doubting our ability to defeat the Demon Queen. Tariq? True. We'll try Tariq. If it works, it works. Until they say it out loud. Pronunciation guides, my beloved. Oops, didn't mean to right-click. It's just... I have a really bad feeling about Mother's request, Tariq. Why is she pushing us to go on to the Demon Queen's castle so soon? Why can't we wait a few months until everyone feels ready and has practiced fighting as a team? We can't go against the Empress's orders. You know that. She said her reason for the rush is that the demon army keeps getting closer and closer to the capital. Yet the Fiends are at least 3 weeks' journey away from Solace on horseback, and they haven't made any significant movements toward us in at least a decade. We've got time. The Empress seems to have a different opinion on the matter. I just don't trust her. Noah, Watch what you say. What if... Suddenly, she turns around and unsheathes her sword. Who's there? She's noticed me. That's treason, little bro. Yeah, please do not speak against the Empress. I'm not running. She'll literally throw her sword at me and I'll die. Nah, we'll be honest. We're gonna be forthcoming. I step out from behind the pillar, revealing myself. Oh, if it isn't the Saintess, welcome. Hello. How much of our conversation did you overhear? I told you, Your Grace, you should be more careful. I'm sorry for eavesdropping. I was just curious. The excuse is a sad one, but it's the truth. Noah takes a step closer to me. Oh, you were curious about me? I arch my eyebrows, unsure of what he means. I didn't say... He leans in closer to me, his face level with mine. He has his signature smirk on his face. I didn't know you were interested in me, Celeste. Should've run. Hey, in case you guys forgot, I want to go down this path. I want this for me. I know you don't want this for me, but I want this for me, so... You kind of just have to accept it. Ehehehe. I finally understand what he's suggesting. He's flirting with me. That's not what I meant. I'm very pleased to win your attention. If you want to know more about me, how about we get together for tea? He really is hitting on me. I feel embarrassed, unsure of how to respond. I'm not. Would tomorrow afternoon be okay for you? Not that he's letting me get a word in edgewise anyway. Anger rises in my heart. I'm not interested in you. I take a few steps back, putting distance between us again. Noah chuckles. I let out a frustrated huff. I don't appreciate you flirting with me. Is that what I'm doing? You clearly are. The other day he wanted to kill me, and today he's playing with me. What a frustrating guy. I'm leaving. I rush towards my rooms, my footsteps heavy. I feel furious at Noah for clearly making fun of me. Levi follows behind me like my shadow. Budo likes to be frustrated. I do love guys who are such smug pieces of shit. I don't know what that means about me specifically, but I do love that. I like cute boys too, but you know. I spend the next few days training with the golden bow. I increase my accuracy rate, but I'm still struggling to wield the weapon. In the afternoon, Elijah approaches me. How's the training going? Should I be honest with him? I hesitate, but I know I'll need his help to access the bow's magic. Honestly, the training's not going great. I feel like the bow is fighting me for control. The bow is supposed to be semi-sentient. It may very well be that it hasn't yet fully accepted you. Something likes to be chased. She's struggling because no human understands how to hold the damn thing. So true. The bow doesn't want to be held, and so it keeps fighting in her grip, and she's just like, can you stay still, please? You act like no bow I have ever held in my life. Hasn't fully accepted me? What should I do to make the artifact approve of me? Unfortunately, I don't know. Is that even string? It looks like metal wire to me. I mean, it might be wire. I don't know. They've never really elaborated. I just know that because it was made by a blacksmith, it's made with metal. Clearly it was made with gold. Fellas, are you having trouble handling your bow? Training will continue to be a struggle, won't it? I wanted to ask you something ever since I was chosen as the Saintess. You're the High Priest, so you know a lot about holy magic, is that right? As much as a human possibly can. I'm the strongest light magic user in the Empire. Ah, that's right. I remember that part from the book. Everyone thought Elijah would become the saint, but on his 18th birthday he didn't get chosen. The previous High Priest abdicated at that time and passed on the role to Elijah. That's how Elijah came to have such a high position at such a young age. The novel also said Elijah's light magic is abnormally strong. Could you teach me about light magic? Sure, but you have no magic of your own. You know that, right? I nod. Celeste was never a magic user, and that fact didn't change when I took over her body. Bo wanted the pretty boy but got girl instead, now it's all awkward. No, are you trying to imply the Bo is sexist? It's just like, ugh, being touched by a woman. It's like, no. I want the pretty boy. The Bo purposefully tries to get her killed so that it can go to Levi instead. I mean, if it's gonna act like that, why did it choose her? Oh my, a pretty healer boy. He is a priest. I don't know if that specifically means healer, but he does have holy magic. This is true. These holy items have their quirks. I mean, hey, if it's not frowned upon for the prince to have taken like 2 different male lovers in the past, who is to stop the ancient holy artifacts from also having interest in men? They can have their preferences. But I have to defeat the Demon Queen with the Golden Bow's magic, right? So is there a way for me to access it? Ah, yes. Artifacts like the Golden Bow do carry their own magic. You don't have to have a magical affinity of your own to use their power. Although already being trained in wielding magic would help you understand more easily how the bow's magic is used. Still, I can at least explain the basics to you, and then with practice, I'm sure you'll catch on. What if I don't understand what he tries to teach me? Will we be doomed to fail then? I swallow hard. I'm afraid I'll be a magical failure. You just need to love boys in order to access the magic. Alright, give me the bow. Hand it over. I love boys. Let me in. I love boys, and I also love boys' love. That's 2 times the love. Give me the bow. Give me the bow. Hand it to me right now. Maybe the bow is just really interested in BL. That'd be so funny if the bow was also just a BL Fujoshi. Like the personality that's trapped inside of it is also just a Fujoshi that got reincarnated. And that's why the bow's pissed that it's a girl holding it. You're about to be launching nukes off of that thing? Yeah, and? Isn't that what we need to win the war? I'm about to turn this into a speed run. Everyone stand back. Stand back, I got this. It's my turn. No, gloomy thoughts won't help make anything better. I need to focus on what Elijah can teach me and do my best to understand the Golden Bow's power. Imagine Celeste's soul is in the bow now. That would actually be a really good twist. Because they did have like a specific line about how she couldn't feel Celeste's presence inside of her. So where else could it be but in the bow? I'm a Fujoshi and got reincarnated as a holy bow, the anime. Cast me as the bow. Cast me as her. I deserve it. Please teach me what you know about using an artifact's holy magic. Sure. Elijah moves behind me, touching the hand I'm using to aim the golden bow. Close your eyes. I'll pour some of my light magic into you so that you can understand how magic flows through the human body. To access the golden bow's magic, you have to pull some of that magic towards you and let it enter your body. Be open to it. Don't struggle against the power. Hate it when I'm not felt inside of someone. Wait. Pausers. Don't word it like that. Don't say it like that. No, dude. This priest kind of sussy. Not everything he says is an innuendo, please. I close my eyes like Elijah commands. I feel his grip on my hand growing firmer. He's standing behind me, his chest pressed against my back so I can feel the heat of his body touching mine. The contact is quite intimate and makes my cheeks flush with embarrassment. Then I feel Elijah's magic enter my body. It's a gentle stream, not as strong as when he examined me for injuries a few days ago. Still, I can feel the magic coursing through my veins. Do we want to lean back into his touch, or do we want to actually focus on our magic training? How we feeling? Magic? Sip?
An offering. Thank you so much.
Professor Jamal, thank you for the $3.33. Thank you, thank you. Magic? We're focused on proper bow technique. Okay, we're focusing then. Elijah told me to focus on the flow of magic, so I don't let myself succumb to the pleasant feeling of closeness. I focus on the power coursing through my veins instead. Do you feel how the magic is moving through you? Yes, I do. Elijah lets go of me and steps away, taking the comforting presence of his magic with him. I'm almost saddened, suddenly feeling as if I've lost something important. I shake off the strange emotion. You must convince the golden bow to let you access its magic. Then, pull the power towards yourself and let it flow through your body. Only by doing so will you be able to aim that magic with your arrow and strike the Demon Queen when the time comes. I use my staff as a way to store more magic. Even though I have magic of my own within my body, I can only use more powerful spells with the staff's help. We need to chase that magical feeling. Yeah, it kind of sounded like she already has a little bit of a taste for the magic. Like she kind of wants more. Which means that she would have to be touched by him more, interestingly enough. Just like what you must do with the bow, I draw the magic of my staff into my body so I can release the power as bolts of light. The human body is a conduit for an artifact's magic. I nod, trying my best to comprehend what Elijah's explaining. I'll try it out. Great. Let me know if you have any more questions. I have to return to my office. You can find me there whenever you need me. After Elijah leaves, I return to practicing archery. I tried to pull the bow's magic towards me, like he instructed. But I can't replicate what the High Priest did. Even so, I keep trying. There's too much at stake for me to give up so easily. So go to his office to get more poured in. If you ever need another fix, come to my office. It really do be like that sometimes. Okay, that's enough for today. I can't overdo it or else I won't have the strength to train tomorrow. I do a few stretches, grab my bow, and make my way back to my room. Unexpected drug dealer round. It's magic dealing. It's magic. Nothing more to it. Oh. In the palace corridor, I run into someone I hadn't expected to meet again. Greetings, Lady Celeste. George nods at me, putting a hand over his heart. I make my best attempt at a curtsy. Your Grace. George looks me up and down. His eyes show concern. Are you doing okay? Yes, I am. You ran off from the hall the other night and never returned. It's true that I embarrassed myself by running away from George and Penelope in the middle of our conversation. I was about to have an anxiety attack, so I needed to get away, but... After I met Noah in the gardens and cried my eyes out, I was too tired to rejoin the party. I didn't want to be amongst people anymore anyway, especially nobles who were just waiting for me to make a blunder. I've been worried for you. Now that was unexpected. Why would George worry about me? We barely know each other. I've really been okay. I get the feeling he doesn't buy my words. Walk with me in the gardens? I suppose it wouldn't hurt to get to know one of the most important people in the Lokari Empire better. Okay. We walk for a while in silence until we reach the less frequented part of the gardens. I've been meaning to ask you about something, but the dining table during a ball didn't seem like the right place. Could you tell me more about the demon that attacked you? Yes, of course. It was an imp if I recognized it correctly. It was a small flying creature with a scorpion's tail, long horns, and sharp claws? Yes, that's right. It had reddish-gray skin and red wings with some symbols tattooed on them. Oh, Hanaki, welcome in! I hope you're having a good day so far. They come in various colors. Do they? Yes, imps are aplenty at the warfront. They have a cruel nature, seeking to play with their victims rather than outright kill them like other monstrosities. Though they're relatively easy to kill with magic or arrows, if one can keep up with their swift movements. They know how to dodge attacks well. Demons are more intelligent than humans give them credit for. You know a lot about demons. I'm not sure how much you know about me. I used to be the general of the Lokari Empire's army, and I fought on the warfront for years. The general? Yes, the highest ranking officer in the field. But aren't you very young to hold such an important position? George chuckles. I'm momentarily stunned when I see his beautiful, carefree smile. You're one to judge. Celeste just turned 18 this year. I was 3 years older when I died. Yeah, you're right. I'm 26. Oh, then you're not that much older than me. You think 8 years is not much? In this world where there are bigger age gaps between couples and arranged marriages... Wait, why am I thinking about George as a love interest? He isn't asking me this question for me to consider him romantically. It depends on why you're asking. I suppose you're right. It's just that I feel older than my age. The years I spent on the battlefield took a toll on me. Could you tell me more about the war? Sure. What would you like to know? Ooh, 26. I think that does make him the oldest love interest now. Because Levi's 18, same age as her. I think Noah and Elijah are in their, like, early 20s? Give or take? That makes this guy the oldest one. At mid-20s. Oh, ancient. Oh god, a grandpa. He's gonna introduce her to a new form of war. Guys, please. Show some decorum. But like, also, I get it. If I wasn't already gunning for Noah. This guy. Yeah, I get it. The war has been going on for a few decades now. Is it really impossible to win without the Saint? We've encountered the Demon Queen herself on numerous occasions, but we couldn't kill her with weapons or magic. Even light magic wielded by powerful priests couldn't breach her defenses. She has a dark aura shield around her that deflects all incoming attacks. Nothing has been able to get through so far. And she keeps the demon army very well organized. They obey her commands, even at the cost of their lives. Since demons value their own lives so little, they fight viciously into the death. They're a difficult opponent to face. You've really seen the Demon Queen? Yes, though she can change her form. One moment she's a beautiful woman, the next she's a horrifying monstrosity. I forgot the Demon Queen route. God, I wish. The true solution, you don't want to break up your favorite BL pair? Date the Demon Queen. Show her love by loving her. Love wins. Is she hot? He just said she's a beautiful woman and that she can also transform into a monster. I love a woman who is, you know, a freak in the sheets. I mean, he hasn't deterred me. Should there be an option, I'd be like, okay. Even if it's a joke ending, sign me up. Where do I sign? I see. After making a circle around the gardens, we returned to the corridor. My kingdom has fought the demon army for ages, but I still want to bed the Demon Queen. Me, same. I'll have to make my way back to the palace now. Duty calls. Oh, I'm sorry for taking up so much of your time. No, I wanted to talk to you. I need a break sometimes too. If you ever have more questions about the war or the Demon Queen, don't hesitate to ask me whenever we have the opportunity to talk. I'd love to learn more about your role as the general too. Really? It's nice of you to be so interested in me. Oh my gosh, I keep right-clicking by accident. My bad. For all your Demon Queen dating needs, we also have a game in prep for 2026, 2027 where you are the Demon Queen and date guys. Wait! You can't just drop this and tell me that I have to wait. What the heck? But also, let's go! The people's champion. Dare I say, that is quite epic and slay. How did they know? That's so awesome. Love the stream, by the way. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. World premiere. Yeah, world premiere announcement. Only available on the Yuno Hanaki channel. Yuno Hanaki shit. Hanaki Yuno bracket Mialoon bracket. I had to remember how my channel is formatted. My bad. Anyway, hi, welcome in. Okay. But yeah, my bad. I accidentally right-click sometimes and it makes the menu pop up. Whoops. That is an issue on my part because my fingers will just slip on my mouse occasionally. But anyways. Ahem. I may or may not answer you though, depending on the question. George clearly has his secrets, and I don't feel like I can pressure him for answers. He's already shared some useful information with me today anyway. Thought it was the chatter making a joke. Turns out it was devs dropping news. Yup, that's the devs account. That's so sick. I have to play the Demon Queen one too. I mean, I have to. I'm literally also a demon. Okay. Thank you for talking to me. It was a pleasure. And, Lady Celeste, I know you carry a heavy burden now, having the responsibility of the Saintess on your shoulders. But don't be so hard on yourself. You're trying your best. Thank you. I love their transparency. Ba-bump. Good one. Nice job. Sure, that joke's never been made before. I'm all aboard the Curious George train. I'm still thinking about Bye Curious George. I'm dead. Note for later, Demon Queen Yuno Skeb, please, 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 please. That'd be so sick. I would love that for me. We say our goodbyes and part ways. I found George very intimidating at first, considering his high position in the noble society, but he's actually a kind man, isn't he? As I return to my room, I'm again faced with an unexpected encounter. Celeste, fancy running into you again. I fear I can't say the same, Your Grace. And here I was, waiting for the opportunity to apologize to you. Apologize? Quite unexpected of me, isn't it? Well, I'm glad you finally changed your mind about teasing me, Your Grace. About teasing you? You mean the way I'm keeping you on your toes. We both know that's quite entertaining for both of us. No way! Waiting for the apologist opportunity. Shut up! I can't read. My microphone is more in my face than I'm used to. I have to like peek through my mic to read the text. Leave me be. But no, I wanted to say sorry about the other day in the garden. I was overly dramatic. Aren't you always? You could say that. Still, we can certainly agree that putting a sword to your throat is on another level than our usual conversations. Or even the way I act towards Mother. Should I give you two some privacy? You don't have to, Tariq. I don't think I properly introduced you to Celeste. She's the head of the palace guards, isn't she? That's not what I meant. Tariq is also like a mother to me. She's been my personal guard since I was little, before I promoted her to be my right hand, the person who keeps order in the palace on my behalf. She's a very important person to me. My link to my Durendi legacy. It always warms my heart when you speak so highly of me. Mommy, sorry. Yeah, the way she was drawn at first, I also thought that she was like close to them in age, but knowing that she's the mom figure, I'm just like, so you're a mom. Tucking my hair behind my ear, so you're a mom. That's so interesting. That's just such interesting information to have. How could I not? You've always supported me, even when I had nobody to rely on. Your father, the late Emperor Consort, died when you were young, right? Since the Empress didn't have a good relationship with Noah, he had no other person he could call family. It is not surprising that he came to treat Tariq, his personal guard, as family. I already knew that much from the book, but seeing Noah admit of his love for Tariq still warms my heart. OMG wild. Yeah, that's so crazy. And what do you know? In 2028, 2029, we have a game where you play as a mom. No, I want the Demon Queen to date the mom. Give me my route. Let me in. I deserve it. There's more to Noah than just annoyingly flirting with me, that's for sure. Yes, my father died when I was 6. I can't say I even remember his face that well. If not for the family portraits, I would have already forgotten the way he looked. Because every day when I stare in the mirror, I only see my mother's features. Her face, her hair color, the way we smile, they're all the same. The only thing I inherited from my father is the color of my eyes and my slightly darker complexion. Noah glances at Tariq. Sometimes I wish I could have more proof of my southern legacy than just skin that looks tanned and an eye color unusual for the Lokari. Tariq's expression turns sad. She looks at Noah with both love and pity in her eyes. He's peeling the layers back already? Yeah, he sure is, laying it all out for us. Gotta get that established early, I suppose. I too feel what Noah said deeply. Of course he wants to know more about his father's side of the family, about his roots. It's not easy to be a person of mixed race, especially without family who can teach you about your culture. I'm glad Tariq was there for you, Your Grace. So am I. That's why, Celeste. I may sometimes be overly dramatic, flamboyant even. It's the way I deal with the world. But that doesn't mean I'm not sincere when I apologize to you. I really am sorry for the other day. I didn't mean to scare you. It's okay. I'm not that mad about it anymore. But you are still a little angry? A little. Very well. I can accept that. I often find that anger is a great source of motivation to drive one forward. I hope you will use that energy well. Just don't go overboard with being mad at me. I wouldn't want your anger to turn into resentment. Alright. Noah and Tariq escort me to my family's apartment, where we say our goodbyes. The more I learn about Noah, the more I realize how human he is. He's a multifaceted individual. Not just a character in a story, but a real person. We're all real people. I mustn't forget that fact. Just like casually reminding yourself regularly, while my OTP is right in front of me, they are real people and I probably should not ship real people. However, comma, they're just so cute together. Oh my god. Like she's just writing this stream of consciousness on in her like diary papers. Me for real. Even though we haven't even really seen Levi and Noah talk. Don't worry, we'll ship real people for you. Yeah, you guys are the proxy. Except when he is a literal character in a story. Okay, but like he was, but now she's in a universe where they are real. And thus no longer a story. Like this is real life for her now. So it's therefore weird to ship people that she like is interacting with in real life. But I mean, I guess that's where the lines kind of blur. It do be like that sometimes in fantasy isekai. Is your training going well? In the evening, Eurydice comes by my room. I'm happy to have her company. Eurydice has always been a ray of sunshine in Celeste's life. I'm glad the two of them have such a good relationship. I feel like an imposter by pretending to be Celeste in front of her twin sister. She hasn't figured out I'm someone else yet, though, so I'll continue acting for as long as I can. Not really. I let out a long sigh and tell Eurydice about my training. I don't understand what the High Priest means about accessing the Golden Bow's magic. Every time I try to think about the artifact letting me share in some godly power, nothing happens. It's frustrating. Elijah showed me how it can feel to receive the magic, but I can't reproduce the result. I have no affinity for magic. I don't understand what to do. Don't pressure yourself so much. It's only been a few hours since you even found out how light magic is used. You're right. I should be more patient. I'm just annoyed because the golden bow is so clunky in its design that aiming is hard as well. I glare at the offending object, which rests next to my bed. It's like the golden bow is actively resisting me. I don't think that's possible. Elijah said the golden bow is semi-sentient. Well, it did have the will to choose its saint. I always thought choosing was all it could do, though. Except for killing the Demon Queen and acting as a normal weapon. The golden bow is a mystery, that's for sure. I let out a long sigh. You should take some time off to relax. I can't. Not when I know I have so little time to train. You're not going to be any good at learning how to wield the bow if you just train constantly. The human body and mind have to take breaks from time to time. I know what we should do. Lady Penelope is organizing a tea party in the Royal Gardens in 3 days. Who is Lady Penelope? The Duchess of Ventus. I look through Celeste's memories, but come up with no information about the Duchess or Ventus. I have no idea whom you're talking about. You sat next to her during the last ball. I felt myself going pale, then red. Duchess Penelope was the one who wanted me to embarrass myself further during dinner. That's not a good idea. I don't want to go to her tea party. No, definitely not. The Duchy of... Sorry, Duchy? Duchy? Dookie? I don't know how to say that word. Duchy? Every time I have to think about this word, I'm like, Duchy? I don't know how to say it. It's a word that I read and that I don't know how to say. You said it right? Duchy? Okay. The Duchy? Da Vinci? The Duchy? Okay, it's Duchy. Thank you. I am glad this is a safe space where I can be stupid. Ducky. Duchy. Dookie. I was like, Duke. Maybe it's Dookie. I don't know. Anyways. Thank you for allowing me to have this safe space. The Duchy of Ventus is known for its lavender fields and beautiful gardens. They also make the best honey in the Empire. Now that you're the Saintess, the Duchess invited us to her tea party. Many other important people will be there too. All the more reason why I shouldn't go. Please. Lady Letitia asked me to convince you to come. Duchess Letitia is a friend of Eurydice. Her family I know. They own vast fields, and the people working for them produce the majority of grain in the Empire. Letitia is kind and compassionate. She took Eurydice into her entourage 2 years ago, elevating Eurydice's status in society. Celeste feels indebted to the Duchess. But I don't. I have no desire to go to Lady Penelope's tea party and further embarrass myself. Lady Letitia said that now that you have such a high standing in society, you should take part in the politics of the Empire more often, Celeste. You're going on the quest now, but once you return home, you will still be the Saintess. You have the chance to be very influential if you use your opportunities correctly. Nothing bad will happen with myself and Lady Letitia around. Please, Celeste. When Eurydice begs me like this, I find her pleas hard to refuse. I don't want to go, but she has a point. I am planning to survive the mission. That fact means I'll have a future life beyond just fighting against the Demon Queen. I will return to the palace, and then I'll have to hone my etiquette skills. I don't want to end up an important player in the politics of the Empire, but I also don't want to become an embarrassment to both myself and my sister. Alright, I'll go. With a heavy heart, I agreed to Eurydice's request. Really? Yes, really. Don't ask me again or I might change my mind. Eurydice grabs my hands and jumps up and down, squealing. Now you're the one not acting like a noble lady. Oh, come on. Don't pretend like you care about acting prim and proper now. Thank you, Celeste. I have a bad feeling about the tea party. Now that I've agreed to go, though, I'll have to keep my word and do so no matter what. It's a trap. Yeah, obviously. She can sense it. She's like, I don't know, man. My death flag is flying if I go to this tea party. It's fine, though, maybe? Question mark. We just gotta believe. We gotta believe it'll be okay. We just gotta believe. Yeah, this does feel like a trap, but also Celeste needs to learn how to handle these situations. Very true. I think that's partially why she agreed as well. Because she also kind of knows. She reads the light novels. She knows all about those cliche and staged events. For sure. That's why she's like, no, absolutely not. But at the same time, she does have a weakness for her sister. And can you blame her? Eurydice is cute. Anyways. The next day, I'm returning from training when I witness a commotion in front of the doors to the throne room. People dressed in rags and with burns on their bodies and badly bandaged wounds push against the guards, who stand between the crowd and the entrance to the Grand Hall. Stop pushing. We need to see the Empress! Please, let us through! Mom, I'm so hungry! Hush, love. I'll get you some food soon. I turn around to look at Levi. Any idea what's going on here? No, but it may be worth asking about if you wish. I'll keep you safe. I nod. I want to find out what's wrong and how I can help. I approach the crowd from behind and tap one of the men on the shoulder. He turns around and gives me a desperate look. My lady, please help us. What's happening? Who are you? We're refugees from Barwood, a town that was a mere hour's ride from the front lines. But 2 months ago, the demons reached our homes. They burned our beloved town to the ground! Yes, it's as my wife says. Barwood is nothing but ash and ruin now. We took our families and walked all the way to the capital on foot to seek the help of our benevolent ruler. But our benevolent ruler doesn't even want to see us. I look past them to see the throng of refugees crowding around the guards, pressing closer to the throne room entrance. How long have you been waiting for an audience? Since morning. We've run out of supplies and money. We're hungry. It took them 2 months to get to the capital. Yeah, on foot. That makes sense. 2 months walking. Of course they're suffering. And all those injuries that might have been untreated too. These poor people. I wouldn't call the Empress a kind ruler, so I'm not shocked that she doesn't give a damn about the refugees. If she hasn't wanted to see them since morning, I doubt she ever will. I have no idea how to break the news to the couple. They're looking at me with such expectancy. I want to help them. No, I will help them. Levi, can you run to the kitchen and bring water and some bread and butter for the refugees? If the kitchen staff don't want to cooperate, tell them the Saintess sent you. I'll go talk to Prince Noah. Maybe he can help, or at least tell me what else we can do for the refugees. It's pretty far. It'll take the crew 3 weeks or so on horseback. Ah, once they actually start moving, that makes sense. 3 weeks worth of travel. Ooh, and that's with horses. Yes, my lady. Levi bows to me and runs off. You're the Saintess, my lady? Saintess? What I see in the eyes of the crowd now is reverence, and the emotion scares me. I'm just me, Celeste. I don't feel like a holy person. Still, I suddenly understand what the Saintess means to the common folk. This might be a blunder on her part, but I respect her wanting to do something. It's a social blunder, perhaps. But, like, if you're faced with people who have been, like, injured and are starving and all of that stuff, they need help. Like, it's hard to turn them away. I'm loving these realistic timelines. Like a month being a short time to prepare for a campaign is good. Takes a really long time to prepare for these things. Yeah, you really feel the urgency. And like the true understanding. We were talking before about how it makes sense to be concerned about like team synergy and stuff too. Is she supposed to be like a high figure or godsend? Well, I think I explained this before, but it's basically like royal family, Saintess, church, the rest of the nobles, I think. Like the Saintess is pretty high up in the hierarchy, so they are going to like look at her like with a lot of reverence. Yeah, godsend. That's probably the closer approximation. The people step closer, extending their arms to grab me. I grow afraid. Levi's not with me. I gotta go. I'll be back with help soon. I turn around and bolt away from the crowd, running as quickly as my feet can carry me. The Saintess means so many different things to different people. A savior, a noble of high standing, a perfect archer. Yet why do I feel like none of those titles suit me? Still, I want to help the refugees, so I run to Noah's office. Noah's secretary leads me into the office, where the prince is meeting with Tariq. Lady Celeste d'Aquarius, Saintess of the Golden Bow. I curtsy quickly and sloppily. Noah's office is spacious, with a large green rug in the middle and several pieces of expensive-looking artwork on the walls. I'm not interested in the decor right now, though. Well, they don't, Celine. You're not from this world. I think it's more just, like, overall imposter syndrome. Not just because she's been isekai'd. Because, like, Celeste wasn't supposed to be the Saintess ever. It was always supposed to be Noah who became the saint. So, like, it's already weird that Celeste has taken the title. It's just especially weird that the person who took it is someone pretending to be Celeste. There's a lot of layers of, it's not supposed to be me. I'm not supposed to be this. Oh, if it isn't the Saintess. You look radiant today. Must be... Don't start now, Noah. Noah drops his usual smirk, sensing that I'm serious. What's going on? I met a group of refugees from Barwood in front of the throne room. They have been waiting for an audience with the Empress since morning. They're thirsty, hungry, and have festering, badly tended wounds. There are men, women, and small children there. Whole families who have run here from the battlefront. Yet the Empress doesn't want to see them. Please help, Noah. Noah gives me a long look, his expression angry. Even from my mother, this sort of behavior is too much. I agree with him, but it's not my place to say anything. Thank you for bringing the matter to my attention. I'll do anything in my power to help them. I'll find the refugees new homes in the capital, and I will make sure they're fed. Thank you, Noah. What is the palace guard doing when there are so many people in need here? The guard is protecting the entrance to the throne room. That's... I'll have to have a word with William. Clearly the Empress doesn't want to deal with the refugees. Celeste, could I ask you a favor? What is it? Can you go by the priest's office and summon a healer or two who can tend to the refugees? I would send one of my own people, but I'm not sure who's on the side of the Empress and who's loyal to me anymore. I think the matter of the refugees should be taken care of quietly, behind my mother's back. Tariq will help me arrange accommodations and food for the refugees, but I would like them to be healed as well. I don't trust anybody else not to blabber about what we're doing. Of course, I can go to the church wing and talk to the priests. I'm sure they'll be happy to help once they're aware of the matter. I nod, say my goodbyes, and leave the office. It'd be interesting to see where the lines between Celine and her inherited life meet. I mean, she does have all of Celeste's memories, so that's like one positive of it. They feel a little bit similar in some ways, but probably still differ in others. My man standing on business. Yeah, I'm actually so happy he's willing to stick up for the refugees. As expected of my goat. I love this man. Not just because he's based off of one of my other favorite love interests from a different Otome Isekai thing, but I like him. He's good. I like him. Hee hee hee. Hee hee hee. Anyway. Him. I've never been to the wing of the palace where the priests reside, and neither has Celeste, so I ask a servant for directions. Soon I find the door to the priest's office. I knock. Come in. I enter the lavishly decorated room. To the left, numerous cabinets support shelf upon shelf of thick-spined books, while a large, beautiful painting hangs on the opposite wall. Ooh! New character designs. Look at these people. Hi. Tucks my hair behind my ear. Wow, she has an exposed midriff? And she's in the priest's quarters? Okay. I get it. We have to serve no matter what. Even if we're serving God. I think that's a sash. I don't know, man. The way that it's cut, it looks like the top is supposed to end there. I think it is covered by, like, fabric, but it looks like it the way it's cut there. I think it's a tummy wrap. It's fine. Oh no, she's cute. I like her. She has very smarmy eyes. Let us give our gratitude. You can see the tail of the sash below the text box. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see what you're pointing out now. It's still good. Press H. H. Ah, yes. Hide the text box so you can see her. It is a sash. But still, let us give our gratitude. Body, yaddy, yaddy. She knows what's going on. This design's pretty too. Boy, do I love liking men and women. I am being fed in both directions. Redhead Megane. Yeah, redhead Megane. Beautiful purple eyes. Dare I say. Dare I say. This design, great. She checks all the boxes. Real. Okay. 3 people sit behind desks. To my left, a green-haired man with a scowl on his face is looking through the large stacks of papers, not sparing me a glance. His table is decorated with shining crystals. How curious. To the right, a priestess with curly red hair looks up from the architectural plans of a huge building where she's been drawing something with red ink. She gives me a pleasant smile. At the podium in the back is Elijah's desk. The high priest gives me a surprised look when he sees me. You've come to visit me so soon, Saintess. That's the Saintess? The woman looks me up and down, then smiles again. Aww, her smile is so cute. I like her. I'm happy to finally meet you. I'm Meredith, overseer of the construction of the cathedral in Solace. I didn't even know there was a cathedral being built in the capital. Further evidence of how little Celeste cares about anything other than hunting and horse riding. The Saintess, huh? I'm Gareth, Elijah's right hand. Gareth barely spares me a glance. He must be really busy with organizing his paperwork. I'm here because I want to ask you a favor, High Priest. It's fine to call me Elijah. How can I help? I look at Gareth and Meredith, unsure if I should speak while they're here. Gareth and Meredith are my most trusted people. You can tell me anything you need in their presence. Is something wrong? I guess if Elijah thinks it's fine, then I'm okay to speak with his 2 subordinates around us. A crowd of refugees has gathered outside the throne room. They've come from Barwood, near the battlefront, and want an audience with the Empress. They wish to ask her for help. They have nothing but what they managed to salvage from their town before it burned. Oh my gosh, I keep doing it. They're hungry and badly wounded. But the Empress doesn't want to see them. Please, Elijah, could you use your light magic to heal their wounds? Of course I will. You don't have to ask me twice. Gareth, you'll come with me. She shouldn't have mentioned that last part. Well, she mentioned it. We will see the consequences of her actions, I'm sure. What? But the paperwork. The documents can wait. I know how much you hate having to organize them anyway. Healing's not a break, but I'll help. Gareth gets up from his seat and grabs 2 heavy bags from underneath his desk. Supplies to clean wounds and apply medicine the non-magical way. Let's go. Meredith, please take care of the office while we're away. Of course. Noah needs to teach her information control and tact personally. Yeah, a personal lesson in discretion. Alone in his office. The truly most discreet way to learn discretion. Elijah, Gareth, and I leave the priest's office and walk to the corridor in front of the throne room. For a few hours. Both Noah and Levi have returned. Levi and the other servants are distributing water and bread from the kitchen to all the people in need. Wearing a serious expression on his face, Noah talks with the couple I spoke to earlier. Tavrik takes notes from the conversation on a notepad, her quill moving quickly and efficiently. As soon as Elijah and Gareth see the extent of the refugees' injuries, they throw themselves into action, starting with the most seriously wounded. Their hands glow as they use their healing magic. Is there anything that I can do to help? Oh, okay. A big choice moment. Who are we trying to curry favor with? What do we do here? I think realistically, she would probably choose to help distribute the food because it would be the most immediate action to take. I want to curry favor with Noah. I've made that abundantly clear. Yeah, we need the lesson. I would like to romance this man. But, you know. Food makes the most sense. She can't use magic, let alone healing magic. Yeah, for sure. I agree. I think helping with healing would be the most unrealistic. But getting a direct task from Noah would also be kind of within her character, I feel. Because it seems like Levi's also already got help from the rest of the servants. So, you know, this is me justifying why we should go after Noah, but... Noah legit would have the best ideas since he understands the political complexities. I guess that's true. Okay, we'll go for Noah then. I approach Noah, listening to his conversation as he speaks with the couple I talked to earlier. I'm the mayor of Barwood. Or rather, I used to be. Now I'm just the mayor of ruins. Our homes burned to the ground. I'm so sorry for your loss. The man huffs. It's war, and the front line has been shifting towards Barwood for months. Even so, we held on to hope that the saint would be chosen before our homes were destroyed. That miracle didn't happen, but... The man looks at me. At least now we finally have the Saintess. Maybe once the Demon Queen is defeated, the ruins of our town will stop burning. Then we can return home and rebuild Barwood. So it's true that the fire the demons cast on buildings is ever burning? We stayed in that area for a week to organize ourselves for our journey here. The town was still burning when we ran off. We sent scouts to town to see if anything was salvageable. When they returned, they said the fire was still as hot and widespread as when the demons first attacked. It must be magical. That's valuable information for our quest. Our party will most likely have to pass through Barwood on our way to defeat the Demon Queen. If the town has finally stopped burning when we arrive, we will search the ruins. Thank you, but I doubt anything of value remains in Barwood. That chapter of our lives is over. We just want to move on now. I'll help you as much as I can. The Empress doesn't seem to want to get involved in this situation, though it's her job to handle matters regarding refugees. I must go behind her back to help you out, so I'll need to be careful in how I approach the situation. We appreciate any help you can offer. The man looks around. You're already helping plenty by distributing the provisions and healing the wounded. I want to help further, though. I can organize accommodations for you and help your people find jobs, too. I can also provide rations until you're all ready to stand on your own feet. Okay, now Noah is making a bit of a gaffe just stating that openly. I'm concerned. I mean, I guess they're assuming that the Empress would not really be listening, or that nobody around would possibly, like, be a rat and expose it to her. I guess we'll find out, but I do agree that it's a little bit of a faux pas here. You would really do so much for us? Won't the Empress get angry with you for getting so involved with us? She will, but it won't be the first time I've gone against her. I'm leaving the palace in 3 weeks anyway. I won't have to deal with her anger for long. Is there anything I can do to help? In my office, I have a ledger with addresses of people who agreed to provide shelter should a situation such as this one arise. The information is a bit disorganized, so I won't ask you to be the one to pull it from the book. Tariq is familiar with how I noted down everything. Tariq, please go to the office and use the information in the ledger to make a list of homes that should be able to take in refugees. Understood. In the meantime, Celeste, you can help me talk to the families here. We should note down which people want to stay together, so we can assign the families to the homes more easily later. Is that plan alright with you? Of course. I want to help however I can. Mans is like, I'm likely to die pretty soon, so I should run up my tab as high as possible. It really did be like that. And I mean, I would do the same, to be honest with you. If I knew that I was going to be going on a death quest, I would also just max out everything before I left. Because what are you going to do? You can't chase after me if I'm dead. If I'm contributing to the cause of getting rid of the Demon Queen. You wouldn't really come after a little guy who got injured going after the Demon Queen, would you? I'm literally putting my wife on the wine. I'm literally just a little guy. The debt goes to next of kin. I guess it goes to the kid brother then. The secret baby brother. Rest and rip. Perish, I guess. Excellent. Do you want to be the one to talk to the families, or the one taking notes? I can't risk Noah realizing that I'm unable to write in the language of the Lokari Empire. A noble lady who couldn't write would be very strange. I'm glad he gave me an option that doesn't require writing. I'd rather talk to the people. Alright, let's get started then. Tariq leaves for Noah's office, and Noah and I approach the families one by one. There are really a lot of people here, but everyone is very cooperative, so we managed to compile the list in 2 hours. The sun sets, the sky turning dark. Tariq returns with her own list. It's about the same size as ours, from what I can tell. I'm surprised there's so many people here ready to help those in need. It took me a few years to find willing contacts. Still, some of them may refuse us. Regardless, we should have enough space to house everyone. If not, I will buy out a few inns while I look for more people to help. Meanwhile, Levi's sitting in a corner watching Noah and Celeste being chummy, crying silently. So true. What are these squiggles you're writing in? That's the exact thing she wants to avoid. She's like making the prince write it so that way she doesn't have to expose that she's writing in English. No one must know. I give Noah a long look. They say you're the Mad Prince, that all you do is disobey the Empress. Of course, I know from the book that there's a lot more to Noah than that reputation. Yet Celeste's only opinion of him is based on Noah being the Mad Prince. She can't write herself despite having Celeste's memories. Interesting wrinkle. Yeah, she has the memories so she can see it, but she can't replicate it. The same thing happens when she practices with the bow. She has like average bow proficiency because she did used to do archery when she was in high school, but she doesn't she can't like actually use the bow to the same high level that Celeste can. Same with like horseback riding. She understands it kind of and like has the basic knowledge, but she can't like fully replicate it. Her body does not work the same way. She doesn't know the symbols. It's a Korean-like fantasy language, and she knows the English alphabet. Yeah. They did explain that, I think, earlier in the game. She like could think of the alphabet, but she just can't write it because she's not used to it. Poor girl. And do you agree with that image of me? I do see you as someone who's not afraid to speak up, even if doing so means going against the Empress. You're also a well-organized and charismatic leader. Well, rumor has it that you're Count Aquarius' good-for-nothing daughter. Yet look at you now, organizing help for refugees. I can't stand by when I see people in need. Yeah, she got the mental memory, but not the muscle memory. I thought it would be in line with Celine not inheriting Celeste's skills. Yeah, it makes sense. Did not get the skills, only the memory of the skills. Understanding the theory, but not the application. Our girl didn't get the typical isekai package plan. They had to give her a debuff. This character is supposed to die in chapter 1. She has made it past chapter 1, so... she's like definitely gotta be nerfed. She's supposed to be an extra in the story, so the fact that she's now the main character means that she's, it's like if you elevated an NPC in, like, a D&D campaign, but you didn't change their stats when they became a PC. So, that's kind of what happens, basically. Foreign territory for her? Yeah. That analogy hurts. I appreciate the sentiment. Not everyone is as ready to aid others. It's in the patch notes. I might have said before that all one needs to be a good Saintess is good skill in archery. However, over the last 2 decades while waiting for the bow to choose its wielder, the idea of the Saint became a beacon of hope for our people. They need the chosen one to be so much more than just a talented archer. I'm glad the Golden Bow chose someone who cares for the well-being of others. Noah's right. The more I learn about the role of the Saintess, the more I realize there's more to the position than just shooting an arrow at the Demon Queen's heart to kill her. Thank you for helping. You were right to come to me. I'm glad you did. Whoopee! Affection up, probably. OMG, he complimented us. Let's go! Please forgive, I'm taking a little sip of water. As usual with a visual novel, lots of yapping. Social link level up. Noah will now die for you. You better be hydrated. Don't worry, I've got plenty of water. I just have to remember to take breaks to sip. Noah and Tariq start assigning people to their temporary homes. Since I can't be of any more help, I excuse myself back to my room. I'm tired. At the same time, I'm happy I was able to help the refugees. Aim and release. I spend the next 2 days practicing archery with renewed purpose. The threat of the Demon Queen's army feels more real to me after having witnessed the plight of Barwood's refugees. I know who I'm fighting to keep safe, and I'm ready to do more. This war isn't just part of a story anymore. It's really happening. Ugh. I miss. Again. The Golden Bow doesn't want to listen to me. I feel like it's actively fighting me. Aim and... That idea is ridiculous though, isn't it? It's just a bow with magic. It couldn't really be sentient like Elijah said. Or could it? Release! Yet, I'm living in a fantasy world, so isn't everything theoretically possible? I know there are some bounds to magic, but I haven't been thoroughly trained on the topic, so I'm not sure of the specifics. I miss again. Stupid bow. Even so, I don't give up. I aim and shoot again. I miss again and again. Sometimes I hit the target, only to miss over and over again once more. Ouch! At some point, I pull the bow wrong. Maybe I'm tired from making arrows fly like crazy over the past few days. My hand is bleeding. I look at the redness gathering in my palm. I can't continue shooting the bow with an injured hand. Even if I bandage my hand, I won't be able to shoot. The motion will hurt too much. I need healing. Healing magic is still a strange concept to me as someone from Earth. Yet holy magic would indeed close the wound quickly so I could continue my training. She should invest in some gloves. Honestly, I'm surprised she doesn't train with gloves. Archery gloves is like... Yeah, her hands are naked. Girl, get archery gloves. Don't archers usually have to wear gloves? Like, of all of the things they have to wear as part of their, like, equipment, they should have gloves. Girl. Especially with a metal bow, you're so right. Of course she would get hurt. Ouchie. Well, maybe she will learn. Maybe somebody will school her. I've already seen proof of Elijah and Gareth's healing skills during the situation with the refugees. I look around, trying to find Levi. I see him engaged in mock combat with one of the other knights. I don't want Levi to find out I'm injured. From what I have seen in Celeste's memories, he always flips out whenever his lady is hurt. I'll just seek out a priest on my own. I know the way to the priest wing now. I shouldn't need much time to get this wound healed and return here. I make my way through the corridors of the palace. I pass by the chapel. The door's open, so I peek inside. Elijah is standing in front of the pedestal where the golden bow used to be, his hands joined together in a prayer. He has a contemplative look on his face. It'd be an opportune moment to do a hand-holding scene if she injures her hand or fingers. Man, we might get to see them, like, cradling her hand in their palms as they heal her, and that is very epic and cool to me. Maybe I am experiencing wishful thinking, however, that would be very epic and cool to me. He must be praying to the God of Light. He could heal my hand, but I don't want to interrupt this serene scene. Just when I'm about to leave, I hear his voice behind me. You're free to approach me whenever you want. I turn around and step into the chapel. I'm sorry, you were praying. I didn't want to interrupt you. Is that so? I can pray anytime, but I can only talk to you when you're around. Somehow I'm embarrassed by his words and the smirk on his face. First Noah, now Elijah. Why do all the guys around Celeste want to flirt with her so badly? I suppose I can officially assume that Elijah is into me. What exactly about Celeste? About me? do they find so interesting? Their interest could work in my favor, given the love requirement for defeating the Demon Queen. If only I wasn't myself and knew how to flirt with a guy. Elijah comes closer to me. He looks down and notices my bleeding hand. It's that purple hair. The purple hair, pink eye combination. She's just too cute. You're injured. I was just going to the priest swing to get my hand healed. I overdid it at archery practice. And you want to just get this wound patched up so you can overdo it all over again? Well, we're leaving in 3 weeks. There's no time for me to not practice using the bow. How's the training going? Slowly. I still feel like the golden bow doesn't want me to wield it. I can't wrap my head around the concept of a bow being sentient. You're convinced it doesn't want to shoot for you? Maybe you're the one blocking its power. Maybe he's right. I'm an uneducated person who has no comprehension of magic. Perhaps I'm rejecting the golden bow instead of the other way around. I'm not sure. I need to think about it. I look down on my hand. Elijah follows my gaze. May I heal you? I just want to hold her face and say it's you, they like you, idiot. Well, they're starting to. They have interest. I don't know if they like fully like her. Because again, we've talked about this previously, but she still has this imposter syndrome where like she still can't really see Celeste as herself. So she thinks that they are attracted to the version of Celeste that existed before she took over. So I kind of get it. Every time he asks consent, my heart goes doki doki. We love a man who cares about consent, for real. Yes, I would be happy if you did. I need to touch you to do so. He's noticed how I've been responding to his touch and his magic so far. Just being near Elijah makes me embarrassed. Touch me. Standing clearance, please. I mean, fair enough. Imagine. I'm imagining. I mean, I do think he's cute. It's hard to, like, gauge... I mean, I guess we're still kind of in the common route because we still get, like, multiple situations to interact with all the different guys. So, like, I guess it wouldn't really, like, hurt our chances. It would just increase our chances of getting Elijah instead of Noah. Rather have a non-touching priest. Well, all priests have to touch in order to heal. It's just there seems to be something specific about how he touches her that's like, whoa. Anyway, I'm no coward. You can touch me to heal me. Elijah takes my hand in his own. I can't help but feel shy. His magic pours into my hand slowly, its power bringing me that pleasant feeling of being home. The wound closes in a minute, fully healed, leaving no scar. Elijah lets go of my hand. I use every ounce of my will to resist reaching out to him. Why does this magic have such a strong effect on me? Here, don't overdo the archery practice again. Though I'm sure you will anyway. Come by my office if you're bleeding again. I hate to see you hurt. He does? That's kind of sweet. Or is such a response normal from a healer? There's so much I don't know about Elijah. Kyun. His role in the book was mostly to be part of the love triangle between himself, Levi, and Noah. The novel didn't go into as much detail about him as it did about Noah and Levi. Did Elijah have a lover in the church before the events of the book happened? Or had he never been in a relationship? I don't think I'm close enough to ask him about his love life. Healing seems to have a love potion effect. I think anything with his magic has like this love potion-esque quality so far. Like, she's just really drawn to his magic for some reason. It's not really explained why. At least not yet. It's a grand old mystery, that's for sure. But maybe one day I will be, and then the mystery of Elijah will unravel itself. What is it? Elijah notices how quiet I've been. Thank you. No problem, but what's on your mind? He's not dropping the subject. Forgive me if I shouldn't ask this question, but we've interacted a few times so far, yet I realize I know so little about you. Elijah laughs, a cheerful and carefree sound. Why would you want to know more about me, of all people? I'm not sure why I'm so interested in Elijah. I can't deny the truth, though. I really do want to know more about him. Fine. I'll tell you something else about me. Oh, he's taking pity on me? Well, I am interested in hearing what he has to say. I have 3 brothers. I was born a commoner, a farmer's son. When I turned 10, my affinity for light magic was tested, and I found out I was very strong at wielding holy powers. That's why my parents decided to give me to the church. I spent the next 10 years training as a priest and honing my magical skills. Do you miss your parents? I've seen them only 3 times since they gave me up, so no, I don't. We don't have a strong connection. Same with my brothers. If anything, my family was relieved to have one less mouth to feed. That's cruel. And that's just life. Farmers don't have it easy, especially with the threat of the demons looming closer and closer each year. My parents have a farm that's only a week away from the battlefront by horseback. Should nothing change and the demons continue to advance, the farm will be destroyed by the end of the next decade. He talks about the possible destruction of his parents' farm with such a detached tone. He really doesn't have warm feelings for his family. Money poor, asset rich? Are they asset rich? I guess if you argue that their crops are their assets, but still. The choice to give him up put him in our orbit. It was the right choice. I mean, no one's arguing whether it was right or wrong. I do think the thing that's wrong is the, like, dismissal from both sides. It do just be kind of complicated. Also, this could just be because I've played games like Tales of Symphonia, but I don't necessarily fully trust the church. Maybe the church was purposeful in keeping the parents away from him so that he couldn't feel any more attachment to them. Something, get rid of worldly attachments so that he can focus more on being a good priest. But that's just my JRPG playing brain that is just like, I don't know if I trust the church. I don't know. I don't know about all that. I don't know. My instinct is to be sus. My colleagues from the church quickly became my family. Gareth and Meredith mostly. We all graduated from the church's collegium together 2 years ago. A month later, I turned 18, so it was time for me to test to become the saint. Many people thought I would be the chosen one, given my strong affinity for holy magic. I even took some archery training to prepare, realizing the odds were high for me to be the saint. Though, I'm nowhere near very skilled at shooting the bow. Half demon being sus on the church checks out. Yeah, I'm technically not allowed in here. I would have been burning up into a crisp by now. I would be very crispier. It would be Owaru for me. So of course I'm going to be sus. All this holy energy talk. God of light. Patooey. Yet, the golden bow didn't choose me. However, the time came for the head of the church to change. So knowing I wasn't the saint and taking into account my achievements and skills, a previous high priest nominated me for the position. I was selected and became the new high priest. I've held the role ever since. Do you like being the high priest? It's a lot of paperwork and making major decisions. I do enjoy the job. Most of the time. Has the information I've given you about me satisfied your curiosity? Truth to be told, I'm more interested in small things, like Elijah's favorite food or color. Though I shouldn't be. We're nowhere near close enough to ask about such personal details. I don't think most people mind being asked what their favorite color is. Or favorite food. Like, those feel like very introductory questions. I guess it's more like personal factoids that she's worried about asking about, but I don't know, that doesn't exactly feel personal. I think if anything, he just told her stuff that's way more personal than like favorite color. I feel like most conversations go, what's your favorite color? And then eventually, like 3 weeks in, that's when you start talking about your family life. Maybe his favorite color is Martell. Stop. What is my favorite color? The light of God. Everyone just wants to open up to her near instantly. It really do be like that, huh? They open up pretty quickly. It's kind of impressive. The tidbit he shared about his relationship with his family was new to me, but the rest I already knew from the book. None of it helped me figure out why I'm so interested in Elijah. Still, I feel like it would be improper to do anything else at this point but nod and agree with him. Yes, thank you for sharing more about yourself with me. I'm happy to quench your thirst for knowledge regarding myself. She asked my fave colors. She's so into me. Fellas, she's gonna get me a gift that's my favorite color. That means I'm in. See you later. Now then, I need to return to the office. It was nice chatting with you, Saintess. We should talk more often. With those words, he walks out of the chapel without sparing me another glance. How curious. In a sense, I do know more about Elijah now. Yet I also realize just how much more I might need to learn, so I can figure out why I feel an attraction towards him. I shake my head. I've got training to do. Call me by my name. So true. Let's save. Okay. I return to the training grounds. Levi hasn't noticed my absence. I'm glad. I didn't want to worry him. Did you save? You should save. I saved! Just now. I did it. I did save. I take the golden bow in my hand and stare it down. You're not going to win against me. I knock an arrow in the bow again and aim. I continue training until I tire myself out. The next day comes, and I realize it's time for Duchess Penelope's tea party. Oh, we are gonna get the tea party scene. Oh boy. I almost want to pretend I have forgotten about the occasion, especially when Eurydice and Linda waltz into my room to get me ready for the outing. The tea party is a more informal affair than a ball or an audience with the Empress, so I opt for a more modest dress. Cute! We love an off-shoulder. Little off-shoulder, frilly, subtle Lolita moment. Slay. Oh boy, we get to see Penelope. Perpelope. We get to see her. Purple lady. Boy, oh boy. I'm not exactly thrilled either. We arrive at the Royal Gardens just in time for the event. That's a great dress, a little too much, only lavender though. I think gold or something would be a great accent. Well, I guess she just wanted to choose something simple, and I guess simple would be a solid color dress. So I kind of get it, but I also agree that an accent would have been nice. She's just all purple. She's all in on that lavender coating. Tables are set up and laden with so many kinds of colorful cakes that my mouth waters. If only I wasn't a noble lady. I'm supposed to mind my manners and eat daintily. Otherwise, I would have taken a full cake of each flavor, all for myself. Considering how physically demanding archery training was, I could use some extra calories anyway. That's Duchess Penelope. Let's approach and greet her. Eurydice points to the lady whose long purple hair is adorned with a butterfly pin. She still looks so much like me, it hurts. I don't have purple hair, but it's so... I feel called out. I am exposed. Why do we look similar? I don't like it. Also, that dress. Woof. While preparing me for the party with Linda, Eurydice made sure to drill information about the Duchess into me. Lady Penelope's family has a lot of land, as well as a large palace in the countryside surrounded by beautiful gardens. Supposedly, there are a lot of butterflies flying around. Eurydice has been to the Ventus mansion a few times as part of Duchess Letitia's entourage. She's a green lady too. I know, I'm just like, bleh. Although Penelope is only in her late 20s, she's one of the most important players in the politics of the Lokari Empire. Her influence is second only to Duke George's. Duchess Letitia has a large following of nobles as well. To be precise, Penelope and George are the leaders of two powerful opposing political factions. Duchess Letitia has her own following and doesn't engage with the two of them often. The war is nothing. It's so far away and doesn't concern those of us who are in the capital. Why should we worry about something that will never bother us? You're right, Lady Penelope. Are the demons even real? I hold back a long sigh. Duchess Penelope is the leader of the faction that believes less money should be spent on the war against the Demon Queen. Yeah, far away. That's why there's refugees literally at your doors. Well, she doesn't know that. I didn't realize until now that her beliefs were this... stupid. Call her a dumbass. You can do it. This is your internal narration. Call her dumb. Bitch, your head empty. Meanwhile, Duke George believes the Empress should engage more directly in the war. He'd also like more money to be invested in technological research so that the army can be better equipped to fight fiends. In his opinion, the Empire needs to be ready to stand its ground until the Saint emerges. So now that I've been chosen as the Saintess, the army only has to hold the front line until I can defeat the Demon Queen. I side firmly with George's beliefs. He isn't here today, though. This tea party seems to be a women-only event. Even if it wasn't, though, I doubt Penelope would have invited her nemesis to her private gathering. Annie's a tech head. I think we need to switch to the George route. He's so freaking based. He's the secret route. I don't think we're supposed to know he's a romance option. It might be the case, because some ultimate do this. Like, some ultimate lock character routes behind completing the others. So there's a chance that we would have to date somebody else before we could get George anyway. I don't think he would be a character that would start out as romanceable. But I understand you. I think if I wasn't gunning for Noah, I would probably also be gunning for George. It just means, you know, we're gonna have to play through the game a couple times to see all the routes. Oh no. More excuses to play more Otome. Oh no. Awful. I mean, have any of us ever even seen a demon? What if they're nothing more than a myth? The Barwood refugees beg to differ. Eurydice gives me a look, clearly telling me to hold back my comments. Yet I can't stand by and listen to the Duchess's stupidity any longer. You need to play Noah since that has a lot of George in it. Don't worry, I'm already getting them to let me go for Noah. I'm just like, please, please the Noah route. I needs it. I am conditioning them to let me go down the Noah path. As in, I'm forcing them. They don't have a choice. We will eventually see the other boys too, because I do think that they're all quite cute. I just think that if I were to choose my first route, I'd probably go for Noah. I have, you know. Have what? I've seen a demon. Penelope looks between me and Eurydice. Her cruel smile from the night of the ball returns, and my blood freezes in my veins. Well, if it isn't the daughters of Count d'Aquarius, Eurydice and the Saintess. Celeste, was it? Oh, she knows very well who I am. I bet the whole court has been gossiping about me ever since I got chosen to be the Saintess. That's right. Hello, Lady Penelope. Thank you for inviting us to your tea party. I thought it would be entertaining if we got to talk to the Saintess, considering her reputation. So tell me, Lady Celeste, did you really kill a demon? I was right. Gossip really has been spreading about me. Yes, that's true. The whole gathering of noble ladies lets out shocked gasps. She couldn't have. That's so savage. I bite my lip. I should have expected such a reaction. I'm far from the norm when it comes to acting like a noble lady. Why did I agree to come here? Now, it's not like Lady Celeste could control the fact that a demon attacked her. She merely acted in self-defense. By killing the imp by herself, she saved her own life. I turn around, giving the lady who spoke up a grateful look. She has long braided orange hair and a kind smile. Duchess Letitia. The Saint is literally supposed to kill the Demon Queen. Why would this being a fact disturb them? I guess because she did it before she was chosen as the Saintess? I guess? Another mommy. We are getting to meet a lot of the NPCs in this version of the demo, and I'm kind of obsessed. They're all really pretty. The art style in this game is quite nice. I love her freckles. Look at her freckles. She's so cute. Oh, also mandatory fit check. Aw, yeah. Look at those flowers on that dress. She knows. Green and pink. Yes, ma'am. Anything you want, ma'am. We're deaf looking. Still, being attacked by a demon. It's not something she could control. Right? Lady Penelope huffs. She walks over to one of the cake tables. When she turns around again, she claps her hands and has a smile on her face that could almost be considered pleasant. Let's get the tea party started. I'm so looking forward to the shortcake. The atmosphere changes instantly. Excited chatter ensues as the ladies make their way over to the cake, taking a little bit onto each of their plates. Servants are nearby, but we're supposed to choose cakes for ourselves today. Eurydice sits down with Lady Letitia's entourage. I'm not sure where I should sit. I don't recognize anybody else except my sister and her favorite lady. Sit down with us. I nod, relief washing over me. I take a seat next to Eurydice. There's one more free seat next to me, but nobody takes it. Amongst small talk, we dig into the cake. Thankfully, I know the proper way to eat sweets, so I don't embarrass myself this time. The talk at Duchess Letitia's table is much more pleasant than any conversation with Lady Penelope. I relax. At some point, Lady Letitia gives me a pointed look. You really should be more careful about what you're saying, Lady Celeste.
for your own good. But what Duchess Penelope said was just stupid. The other ladies give me startled looks. Letitia lets out a long sigh. That's what I'm talking about. It's fine to have your own opinion. Nobody will force you to agree with her. But you're the Saintess now, an important person in the political climate of the Lokari Empire. You may not feel like your role has changed, especially since your reputation still follows you. However, people are listening carefully to everything you say or do. You're a public figure now. I bite my lip and look away, embarrassed. I'm sorry that I'm so inadequate. Duchess Penelope doesn't believe the war is important. Duke George has the opposite opinion. If you wish, you may formally join the side of either of them. Or you may choose to stay politically neutral, like I am. You're focused on the quest to defeat the Demon Queen now, but a time will come when you'll return from your journey and you'll still be the Saintess. Think carefully on what you want to do. Right. It may be that the demon army will disperse once their leader is slain, or we may have to fight the remaining demon hordes for decades to come. The debate between Penelope and George may become unimportant, or it may grow into the most heated topic in the court.
She do have a good point. She is not wrong about this.
Whew.
Okay.
Be mindful of what impact your words have, and choose them wisely. Thank you for your advice. The Duchess has really given me something to think about for the future. I've been so focused on my training that I haven't thoroughly considered the politics of my situation. Lady Letitia is right, though. The Saintess is more than just a tool to end the war. I'll think carefully about what you said.
What's with the long faces?
Someone slides into the seat next to me. A man. What's a man doing at an all-girls party?
Oh my god. Why have you invaded this tea party? Why are you here? I'm happy to see you, but why are you here? He would be here. I was kind of thinking. I was like, why are they having it in the palace gardens? Of course he's gonna come knows his way in. He's like, I smell gossip. He's so silly.
I turn around to see Noah sitting next to me with a wide grin on his face. Noah? What are you doing here? I was taking a break from work and decided to go for a walk in the gardens. I saw you having a fun tea party, so I figured I'd crash it. Just like that? You figured you'd crash it? Perks of being the crown prince. I glare at Noah. He chuckles. This table is talking about such serious matters, though. Why don't you ladies enjoy yourselves more? Especially you, Celeste. I hear you're training really hard. I am. That's good. I like women who know their way around weapons. I blush at the implication of what Noah just said. He's flirting with me again, making me embarrassed, and this time he's doing it in front of a table full of wide-eyed noblewomen. Noah. I give the prince a serious look. Why are you teasing me so much? My words startle him. Why? Please stop flirting with me. It's really bothering me. You're sending the wrong signals, acting like you're really interested in me. You don't know me enough to be so casual with me. I shouldn't be this casual with him either, but his words set the tone for this exchange, and now I can't hold back the bite from my voice. What if I have a good reason for flirting with you? Oh, so he agrees he's been flirting with me this whole time? What good reason? I rather enjoy seeing you both blushing and mad. You're a great distraction from organizing the party for our quest. Besides, you know I can be serious when needed. He's referring to when we worked together to resolve the refugee situation. I can't help but feel mad regardless. I don't want to be your distraction. Please, stop teasing me. Noah throws his head back and laughs. There you are all getting... Oh boy, that's a sentence. There you are, getting all mad and flustered again. That shade of blushing pink looks lovely on your face. Noah! Prince Noah, this is supposed to be a women-only tea party. Duchess Penelope approaches us with a frown on her face. I've had my fill of Celeste's expressions anyway, so I'll be going. Noah, people will get the wrong idea. Have you ever seen me care what the court says about me? I hadn't. They called him the Mad Prince, though, and he was really living up to his name right now. Bye, Celeste. Good luck on the training. Goodbye, ladies. The cake was excellent. He managed to snag a bite of cake during our conversation, and now he loads a bunch of cakes onto a plate before finally walking off. I wish I could act with so much freedom. Yet Lady Letitia just told me I can't act how Noah does. A shame, really. That was, well, let's continue the tea party. The rest of the party is uneventful, if a bit boring. However, considering how hard I've worked the past week, I appreciate being able to just sit down and take part in light conversation. Eurydice was right about this outing being good for me. This is my castle, I go where I please. Again, that's why I'm shocked they decided to hold it like in the palace garden. I'm just like, you know, Noah has a tendency to be annoying, right? Does he have a sweet tooth taking all that cake? He might, or he could just be hungry. He could be the one with a sweet tooth. I could see that being his gap moe moment. A handsome, fearsome warrior guy who also is like, ooh, yummy, yummy cake. If he has a sweet tooth, then I get why he's after Celeste. Aw, you charmer. I also think Celeste is cute. I avoid interacting with Lady Penelope and her entourage for the rest of the party, sticking with Letitia and her ladies instead. I don't embarrass myself any further. A few days later, after countless failed attempts at accessing the Golden Bow's magic, I visit the priest's office again. Saintess. Elijah is here with Gareth and Meredith again. Gareth gives me a small wave, not looking up from his paperwork. Meredith smiles and nods at me before turning her attention to the plans in front of her. I wanted to talk with you, Elijah. I've got some questions about religion. Know thy enemy, or so they say. In this case, my enemy is either the Golden Bow or the God of Light himself. I know too little about either to face them head on. Is that so? Elijah gives me a wide-eyed look. He walks to the door on the right side of the office and opens it. Let's not distract Gareth and Meredith then. Come in. He gestures to the door. I walk up to the podium and enter the room. I find myself in a cozy living room with beige decor. Plants are even more plentiful here than in the office. What is this place? We're in my apartment. This is my living room. Sit down. I'll make us some tea. Elijah disappears through another door, leading deeper into his apartment. Or so I assume. I sit down on the couch, trying to relax. Elijah returns after a while and pours us both some tea. He takes a seat in the armchair. Do you like plants? I gesture to the decor around us. I do. They are God's creations. They feast on the light he gives, and it helps them grow. Does Elijah know about photosynthesis? The view he just shared must be some myth of the religion that's surprisingly close to scientific reality. What would you like to know about our religion? Woo! Lore!
Lore questions. Can you guys give me like a quick second? I'm gonna like mute, but I'm still gonna be here. Because my mic is so close to me, I have been in a different position from usual. I need to like adjust some things. Give me a sec. Well, I was also switching like my microphone position so that I could try and get better tracking back. I think I found something that works though. You can see me wiggling even though the mic's here. Yippee! I think I found the golden spot. We're still back. That was also part of why I wanted to shift. I was sitting like... I don't know how else to explain it, but like my posture was okay, but also just not great. So I was shifting to like posture check and stretchy. And while I had the mic muted, I was just like, well, I guess now I can like manhandle it and you guys won't hear the shuffling around. So I experimented and I think this position's good. It's still not like perfect tracking wise, but it's definitely better than it was. We're so back, for real, for real. Yeah, my mic is still close to my face. Not good, but not shrimp. Yeah, basically. It was starting to like... It was starting to hurt, basically. I was needing to shift my position. I feel better now. We're all good. Okay. And now we are getting into the lore questions, so I'm gonna take a lot of drinks of water. Whew. I don't know how much longer this portion is going to be, but I hope we're nearing the end of it because I need to make sure I have time to eat dinner before Onimon. Otherwise, I might have to cancel Onimon because I need to eat. Your girl needs to eat dinner. Half an hour? Okay, so sick. Perfect. Perks of having the dev in the chat. Let's go. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Just about to ask how close your cutoff window was. 6 would probably be my latest. So it works out. We've got it. Lore questions.
Can you remind me how the world came to be? First, there was darkness. There was no life. Then a small spark appeared in the world. That spark formed the god of light. The god was lonely, though, so he created our world as well as the sun and moon to shine down upon his creation. Then he breathed life into nature, but the world still felt empty and lonely to him. So he made various kinds of animals, some friendly and others dangerous. Finally, he created humans, his most complex children. Afterwards, God made himself a home on the sun. From there, he watches us every day. At night, he sleeps, but the moon shines on the world as his guardian. Sounds like a pretty standard fantasy creation myth. Kind of boring, but it works okay for this world. At least the god in this story is benevolent. I guess evil comes from the demons and lack of light. Darkness. Who exactly is the God of Light? Can you tell me more about him? He doesn't have a mortal form, so he doesn't resemble us humans. Even so, he's often depicted as a human with wings, an angel. He's really just a formless mass of golden, glowing, warm light. I frown. That description reminds me of the time I was reincarnated. Is it possible I really met the God of Light himself? Obviously, I can't ask Elijah about that encounter, or he might consider my story a blasphemy against his God. God of Light loves us. He's kinder than any being in the world. And that's why when the demons attacked, he gave us the means to defeat them. He is a deity that interferes with the mortal world, but not directly. He gave humans the golden bow, crafted by the blessed blacksmith, but he wouldn't just step down from his pedestal to instantly resolve our problems. Humans have to save themselves. He just makes doing so easier, especially if we believe that the golden bow really is the only weapon that can defeat the Demon Queen. 2 decades of trying to kill her through different means are proof enough that the logic of the book is sound. Who exactly is the Blessed Blacksmith? Clement Syros. He is still alive, although nobody but the Empress knows where he lives. He's gone into seclusion. Too many people wanted to worship him as if he were the God of Light himself. He preferred to live an ordinary life. As far as I know, he's a farmer somewhere to the west of here, and has nothing to do with demons and religion anymore. Good for him. He's gone through enough for the Lokari Empire. I agree with that sentiment. If you're wondering if he knows more about the Golden Bow than I do, the answer is no. He simply received a vision showing him what kind of weapon to create, and he made the bow from that image. He just made the bow and bounced out. What a Chad. That is pretty cool. He was like, cool, saw a vision, make a weapon, alright, bye. Very sick. The God of Light blew his power into Clement's creation. That's how the Golden Bow came to be. And why are demons? Why are demons attacking the Lokari Empire? Why indeed? The demons are not of this world. 23 years ago, a portal opened to another world, the demon's domain. Fiends poured out of the Terran reality. They want only to destroy all that is alive. They are pure evil. Their very existence is a blight on this beautiful world God created for us. However, as they are not made by God's hand, he cannot directly influence them. That's why he gave us the Golden Bow and chose its saint. Now I'll be able to get rid of the Demon Queen using God's pure power embedded within the artifact. Hopefully once the Demon Queen is gone, the rest of the demons will stop attacking. And that's my hope as well. That's all I'd like to know. Thank you for answering my questions. I'm always happy to talk to you about a topic that's close to my heart. There's one more thing I wanted to ask you about. The question may be a bit random, but please hear me out. Is there any mention of love in the context of the religion of the God of Light? Love. Silence falls between us. Elijah gives me a long look. I let him think. There is God of Light's love for his children. There may be more in the large tome about the Lokari Empire that I have from my collegium years. It includes myths from ancient times. I haven't read the book for a while, so my memory is rusty. I can give it to you to browse. I wouldn't be able to read the book since I don't know the Lokari Empire's alphabet, but he might think me rude and strange if I refuse him. I'll have to take the tome from Elijah or risk drawing suspicion upon myself. I would appreciate that. Elijah gets up from his seat and walks over to a large bookcase. He takes out a large book with a navy cover and hands it over to me. If something about love in the context of religion comes to mind, I'll find you and let you know. She could have made an excuse that she learns better when others teach her. Well, then he probably would have taken that as a proposition, which I think also would have raised his suspicion. He already is kind of trying to keep her at arm's length because of the whole, she seems to be into it whenever he uses his magic on her thing. So
So I think he'd be like, perhaps we shouldn't. Perhaps we should not. Maybe no. I mean, it is kind of a proposition. Yeah, but that's why you would turn it down, and thus he would find it sus. So I can kind of see why she would choose this angle instead. Just pretend that she can read. I mean, if anything, she can use this chance with the book to teach herself the alphabet. Do your best, queen. Get literate.
I take the book from him and nod. I realize that for the first time in a while, I have finally relaxed around Elijah. I've just been enjoying the conversation and tea. When he speaks of matters he knows well, he has an aura of serenity to him. Weird question, but are you using a new mic today? You sound different. I am not. I had a audio consultation with the lovely Miori Celesta, and she did some magic after listening to my initial audio quality, and we have now adjusted it so that I sound better on streams. So I sound like I am running a podcast. So she cooked, and she presented me with the tremendous meal that is my high quality experience. But yeah, Miori helped me get some like proper filters on my mic so that I sound better. This is taking like full advantage of my what she said is a really good mic. She kept complimenting how good my mic is, because there was like some aspects she usually has to fix for other people that she didn't have to for me because my mic is so good. So I was just like, wee. But yeah, I think it turned out quite good, and we've also set it up so that now I can scream and I won't peek anymore. Yippee! I will also sound pretty good during collabs now too. So I should hopefully be able to avoid the problems I've been having where people have to turn me up all the time. Happy to see that she remembered. Oh yeah, I still had to like schedule it like everybody else does. I scheduled a specific time, and she reached out like right on time to have it, so it's all good. She's very organized with it. She has like a system for picking out time slots. I'm sure she just would like mark it down once it's confirmed. But no, she was very kind, very patient, and it didn't take very long at all. I was amazed that she was able to just like instantly tell me what I needed to fix. I was just like, whoa. She was even giving me like precise numbers to turn all of these different values to, and I was just like, how do you know? How do you like know that it's specifically this level? That's crazy. She's so cool. But yeah, that's why I sound different. I'm gonna sound like this from now on. Yippee! Though I can't help but notice something else in his expression. It's like an atmosphere of sadness surrounds him. When he smiles, his eyes don't always shine.
I am not asking this man about why he looks sad. We are not that close. It's inappropriate. Never ask somebody why they look sad. That's literally crazy.
It feels inappropriate to voice such a private question to Elijah. Even though I'm curious about how he would answer, I don't ask. You've told me everything I need to know. I'll study the book you gave me. Thank you, Elijah. I'll be on my way. If you have more questions, don't hesitate to visit me. I like talking with you. Likewise. I come out of Elijah's room. I nod at Meredith and Gareth as I pass them by. I lay the heavy tome Elijah gave me on my bed once I'm back in my room. Looking at the heavy tome Elijah gave me, I let out a long sigh.
If this man doesn't start using her name, I'm gonna flip a table. He's not going to. He clearly is trying to keep distance.
I wish I could read this book. I really want to know if it contains anything important to the quest. I have no idea how to access the information on its pages. I can't read the Lokari Empire alphabet. It's a miracle that I can speak the language at the very least. Unfortunately, I won't be able to learn how to read and write in the short time that remains before we embark on the journey to the Demon Queen's castle. What should I do? A knock on the door takes me out of my grim thoughts. Lady Eurydice Dequaris has arrived. Levi's voice can be heard from the other side. I wasn't expecting Eurydice today, but she often pops in at random times to see me in between all the tea parties she attends. I'm always happy to see Celeste's twin sister. She can enter. Eurydice enters the room with a bright smile and a spring in her step. She walks over to the vanity where I'm sitting, hunched over Elijah's now closed book. You're reading the Almanac of the Lokari Empire?
What else does Eurydice do in her days? Go to tea parties. She's like the socialite in the family. She's wrapped up with Lady Letitia, remember? She's like part of her entourage of like women in waiting. Ladies in waiting, I think is the term. So she probably just goes wherever Lady Letitia is like having a tea party or like doing a social event. And then just like hangs out around her as part of her entourage. Other than that, I guess in between the times, that's when she comes to visit her sister. I forget nobles don't have traditional jobs. Yeah, this girl's not working. Her job is to socialize.
You know this book? Yes, of course. It was required reading for us when we first started learning about the Empire and the God of Light. It's not an easy read. You almost threw your copy out of the window in frustration.
She also reads a ton of romance novels. My sister. My sister. Big relatable.
Sounds like something Celeste would do. Still, if Eurydice knows the contents of this tome, I might be able to get the information I need from her. Do you remember the content of the almanac well? I think so. Our tutor had us memorize passages, and I wasn't as resistant to the idea as you were. Why did you pick up this hated read again? I got the tome from Elijah. He said it might be beneficial for me to review the contents again. But I'm getting a headache trying to sift through the writing. Sounds like you, all right. You can ask me what you want to know. If I remember what the book said about the topics, I will share. Thank you for your help, Eurydice. You're a blessing. What would you do without your sister? You'd be quite lost if not for me. There's nothing else I can do but agree with this statement. More lore! My favorite. How are the religion of the God of Light and the history of the Lokari Empire connected? The first emperor, ages ago, was blessed with the power of light magic. He was also the first high priest who founded the Church of the God of Light.
Wait, so the two positions were part of a single role at first?
Yes. That situation was how the Lokari Emperor came to be called the Sun. He represented God himself amongst mortals. He was the closest thing to God in the mortal realm. Later, the function of the Emperor and the High Priest became separated. One of the Emperors did so for practical reasons. Ruling over the Empire and taking care of holy matters at the same time was just too much of a strain. The Empress Consort, the wife or husband of the Emperor, was called the Moon of the Empire based on the role of the moon in the creation myth. She was to rule over the Empire if the Emperor ever got ill or wasn't present in the palace due to going to war. Ah, so currently Empress Mirelle rules over the Empire. Yes, and her Emperor Consort is Lucius, who comes from the kingdom of Durandal in the south. Can you tell me more about Durandal? We're allies with them, right? Durandal has a warmer climate, and their people have a much different culture than the people of the Lokari Empire. However, when both countries were attacked by demons once long ago, the Empress looked past our differences and proposed an alliance with Durandal. Thus, her first Emperor Consort was a Durandal prince, Noah's father. He passed away 2 years after the alliance was formed. So the Empress married another Durandal prince, Lucius, her present husband. The current Emperor Consort is the father of Prince Mateo, Noah's half-brother whom Mirelle wants on the throne. Is there anything about love in the context of the Empire's religion in the book? Love? There's plenty about the God of Light's love for humans. That's not what I mean. I don't remember any other mentions of love. Why do you want to know something so strange? Uh-oh. I should be more careful with my questions. Yet, love was the most important thing I was looking for in the tome. Still, I can see how the question might be seen as strange. Never mind. I was just curious. That's all I wanted to ask for now. Alright. The first 100 pages mostly detail the Lokari ruling system, but I doubt that information would interest you much. Not really. Next, the book talks about the creation myth, but you know that story by heart since Mom told it to us many times in our childhood. I nod. Elijah had reminded me about the creation myth recently. I may not remember our mother telling us the stories, but I remember some guy telling me the story a couple hours ago. Actual lore, yeah, lots of world building stuff. It's really cool. I do like it when an otome game has some lore attached. I kind of vibe with it. I like to play lore heavy otome. Eurydice mentioning their mother makes me feel a pang of sadness and regret. She passed from an incurable illness when Eurydice and Celeste were both young. Celeste has some memories of her, but they are faded. Celeste and Eurydice's mother resembled Eurydice in personality. She was a sweet, kind woman. How she put up with father's tyrannical ways is difficult for me to understand. I guess she must have loved him, despite everything he was. How the Church of the God of Light operates and the fundamentals of religion are detailed in the book as well. But that information is boring to anybody who doesn't wish to become a priest. I'm fine with my current role. Eurydice chuckles. I didn't expect you to be interested in joining the church. Then the book lists a bunch of myths connected to the ancient Lokari Empire, but I can't say I have a good recollection of them all. They're just legends anyway, and may or may not have any truth to them. Those ancient stories may hold the answers to my questions, but if Eurydice doesn't remember the myths, then I can't pressure her to summarize them for me. I sigh. I won't be able to fully access the knowledge of this book after all. Still, Eurydice has helped me out plenty. Thank you, sister. There, I spared you having to read through this boring, heavy tome. You don't know how much I appreciate you for it. I can imagine. We spend the rest of the day just chatting and hanging out. I could use a break from my archery practice. My body is tired from the constant training. Sure you can, she's your sister. I'm just like, I am going to force you to remember. And she's just like, I don't know. They're myths. Me forcing the book into her face. You read it then. Refresh your memory, sister. I don't feel like I'm any closer to forming a plan to defeat the Demon Queen, though. I also still don't understand how to access the Golden Bow's magic any better. At the end of the day, I remain frustrated with my lack of progress. Do my homework for me. Yeah, just make it look slightly different so it's believable that I did it. The next day, while I'm hanging out in the living room of our apartment, Eurydice approaches me with a spring in her step. Celeste! We've received invitations to another ball. Oh no. Not another one of those painful social gatherings. Look! Eurydice hands me an envelope with a royal seal. The Empress's seal? Yes, these envelopes are inside a bigger one. The Empress formally invited Father, myself, and you to a ball tomorrow evening. Tomorrow? That's so little time to prepare. Yes! Aren't you excited? Not at all. Oh, Celeste, don't be so dour. I'm sure the ball will be beautiful, with good food, amazing music, and interesting conversations. You know I hate any kind of gathering of nobles. Can I refuse the invitation? No, you can't. I imagine getting isekai'd into a world where she can't read would be Yuno as hell. Yes. I literally... my soul, as I am possessing the new body, would like desperately cling to the knowledge of the written language. I would be like, if you're going to erase the presence of the person who previously had this body, you better leave me with their reading ability. You could leave me with literally nothing else besides my ability to read and write, and I'd be fine. I don't care. I do not care. I need to be able to read. Otherwise, I'd go insane. I am too much of a learned woman. I must have my books. Training would be a legit excuse. That's fair. She really should say it. Buna would be so mad and desperate she'd earn the gaze of Fuli and get her reading ability back. And not only my ability to read, but Fuli would also grant me the ability to super read. They would just be like, alright, damn. I'll give you back your speed reading too, shit. You're being so obnoxious about it. I'm sorry, but not attending when you got a formal invitation from the Empress could anger her. I don't want to antagonize the Empress. It's just that... What am I supposed to do about my lack of etiquette knowledge? I'm not going to suddenly get a lot better at those skills by tomorrow evening. With all my archery practice, I've had no time to worry about learning to be a proper noble. There's a knock on the door. Paul, Eurydice's knight, opens it.
A messenger from Duke George arrived for Lady Celeste.
From Duke George?
I bring word that my master, Duke George, would like to see Lady Celeste in 2 hours at the Royal Conservatory.
Duke George wants to see me?
Yes, that's right. I'm supposed to come back with a reply, my lady.
I'll see His Grace.
Thank you. I'll relay the information immediately.
The messenger leaves. When the door closes, Eurydice turns to me. Her eyes are sparkling with curiosity. What's going on between Duke George and you?
Nothing. I'm as clueless as you are.
We've only spoken twice so far. He's a kind man, but I know very little about him. Duke George? Kind? He's always come off to me as a cold and very closed-off person.
Huh? That's not how he acted towards me.
How curious.
How curious, George, even.
I wonder what he wants from me this time. No way to find out except going to see him, I suppose.
And we come back to it. How curious, George.
I'll call Linda and let you get ready in peace. And I'll send word that we're going to the ball.
Ugh, if we must.
I'm afraid we have to.
Alright then, do your worst.
Laughing, Eurydice walks off to her room, and I enter mine.
How bi-curious, George. Stop. Stop it. So bad.
Okay. Linda spends the next 2 hours getting me ready to meet Duke George. It's almost like preparing for a ball, considering I've been summoned by someone so important. All the while, I continue to wonder why George wants to see me.
Ooh, fancy.
When I arrive at the conservatory, I'm in awe of the splendor of the large glass building. Plants I've only seen in books on the Kingdom of Durandal fill out the greenhouse, alongside vegetation from the Lokari Empire. In the middle of the room, a table is laden with food of all kinds. George stands in front of it with a kind smile on his lips.
Welcome, Lady Celeste.
Your Grace? What is the occasion? I take another good look around. That's enough food for a party. Where's everyone else? There's only one servant in attendance, standing by the glass wall, trying to be as inconspicuous as possible. Levi takes a spot next to him. There will be nobody else coming. It'll be just you and I. I haven't eaten lunch yet, so I thought I'd like to partake in the meal with you. I blink once, then twice. My mouth falls open. You want to eat with me? I want to scream at him to explain himself. What is it about me that interests him enough to offer me a table full of food as well as his prestigious company? Isn't he supposed to be one of the key players in Lokari politics? Does he want to ally himself with the Saintess? But I have no standing in the Empire. I'm the 4th highest ranking person in name only. George continues smiling, gesturing to the table. He's been nothing but kind to me so far. Eurydice called him cold and detached, but that's not the impression I have of the Duke. Yes, that's right. I would go even further. I have a proposal for you. Oh, so he does want something in return for his gesture? I'd like to offer you a private etiquette lesson. You... what? I noticed your lack of proper table manners during the last ball. I can't fix your lack of knowledge in one sitting, but I'd at least like to help prevent you from getting embarrassed in front of the court. Knew it? Yeah, you did call it. Locked in. I'm surprised and a little touched by George's kind offer. But why do you want to help me? Perhaps I have an interest in you and would like you to feel better in your skin as a noble lady. An interest? What kind of interest? George chuckles. Nothing suspicious, I assure you. Now, will you accept my offer of help? It's not like I have a choice. George is offering me exactly what I need right now. With tomorrow's ball coming up, I'm already stressed about my guaranteed poor performance at the table. If he can help me feel more at ease during the ball, maybe I'll actually be able to tolerate the social gathering. I should accept, even if I end up indebted to the Duke. Alright, I accept your kindness. Good. Sit down, please. He pulls out a chair for me. I sit down at the table and give the food a good look. George takes a seat next to me. He gestures to the utensils. Let's go over which utensil you should use for which type of food. We'll sample small bites of everything together. We spend the next hour nibbling at food while George slowly and carefully explains the proper etiquette to me. He tells me about the utensils, corrects my posture, gives me pointers about what to say and which topics not to broach during a meal. And those are all the basics you need to know. If you review everything I taught you once you return to your family's guest apartment, you should be able to recall most of the lesson for tomorrow. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful for your help. I can't have the Saintess, one of the most important people in the Lokari Empire, be belittled for not being a proper noble. Thank you. More importantly, I don't want you to have an anxiety attack again. You noticed? I saw the condition often during my time as a general, in my soldiers. Lowered field of view, trouble breathing, body shaking, wanting to bolt like an injured animal. I recognized all the signs in you during the last ball. I'm sorry I couldn't follow you out into the gardens. A noble cannot leave the dining table during a meal. I understand. So I made that big of a blunder? Your behavior won't win you any favors. But I fully understand the need to get away. You've been burdened with a huge responsibility, expected to fit a grand image people have created in their heads of you. I know how that feels, and I don't want you to suffer further. We've all been formally invited to tomorrow's ball by the Empress, so we cannot skip the event. That's why I thought I'd help you gain more confidence, so that you won't be as frightened. I really appreciate your kindness. You said you've seen a lot of suffering on the war front? Maybe he'd like to share some of his burden with me? What I've seen doesn't matter right now. Oh boy. George's kind smile disappears, replaced by a cold expression. I need to prepare myself for the ball as well. Thank you for today's meal, Lady Celeste. He's completely shut me out. Oh no, I asked the wrong question. Of course George has seen a lot of pain and death. He fought on the war front. Why did I think he'd want to discuss those events with me, though? For a moment I felt close to him, but in the end, we're still just strangers. All right, I'll see myself out then. Thank you again. I curtsy and leave. George says nothing more to me. Damn. She was so close, but that's just proof you're getting freaking locked out of it because he's not dateable yet. We're still strangers to love. So true. You know the rules, but I do not. Because she doesn't understand etiquette. I'm gonna go. It's like an Arctic wind suddenly blew between us, taking away all his warmth. Duke George is really a mysterious figure. I can't let my guard down around him. Well, of course, that's where it ends. Thank you for playing the Saintess of the Golden Bow demo. Wishlist us on Steam and follow the Kickstarter to be notified when our campaign launches. Whoopee! We made it! We did it again! Go ahead and save for real this time, so that way I can actually have my data saved. We did it! Yippee! Man, once again left at such a huge cliffhanger. The ball! I have to know what happens at the ball! Of course I'm going to get the game. But anyway, so I have special links for you guys. I've said that they're in the description of the stream already, but I'm going to go ahead and give I'm gonna get you the links. Where is the... Okay, so if you'd like to support them on the Kickstarter, part of the Kickstarter campaign is to make it so that we can date Mr. George, I believe, because he's the hidden route. So please check out this this link to the I'm learning how to talk. Check out this link to the Kickstarter if you would like to support it. They are working very, very hard on this game. And also wishlist it on Steam so you can be ready for the full release. Kickstarter, Freudian slip, leave me alone. And there's the link to find it on Steam. Get the demo. I am no longer asking. I'm sorry. I've been reading for like almost 4 hours. We did finish right in the nick of time though, because now I can actually get dinner. Stream might start a little bit late, as in for Onimon. It might start a little late because your girl has to eat food. And I haven't decided what I'm having for dinner yet. That's a me problem. I'll keep you updated on when it starts, or maybe you will just see the waiting room and it'll just instantly go live and I'll just be like, haha, hi. It be how it do. But I'll handle that as it goes. But this is so much fun. I really like this game a lot. I'm excited to play the full one when it releases. I'm going to be gripping it in my hands. I'm so hyped. But yeah, thank you guys so much for choosing to spend time with me. I hope that you have a good rest of your time zone if you don't manage to make it to the Onimon in a couple of hours. And until I see you again, Yunotsu!